It will provide funding for safety measures.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Mercer Stadium. And all of a sudden, folks, it is the fourth week of the high school football season, and we're into the second week of district play. As tonight on VypeFortBend.com, we've got the Dulles Vikings 1-0 in district play against the Travis Tigers 0-1. Travis not used to being 0-1. They're not used to being 0-3, which is what they are right now. But they are going to have something ready for Dulles, I am quite sure. And we're going to help you figure out exactly what they're going to have ready when we bring you the Countdown to Kickoff show, visits with both head coaches here at Mercer Stadium. Roger Smith and Patrick Kinnick will be with you to bring you the play-by-play and all the analysis, you know, the in-depth, really deep analysis. And this exclusive VypeFortBend.com presentation of Fort Bend County High School football is brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Discover the best-kept secret in wireless. By First Tire and Auto, 4 great Fort Bend County locations where you get the best prices on tires and anything your vehicle needs to run at its very best. All 4 locations open Monday through Saturday. Visit firsttireandauto.com. By Next Level Urgent Care, more than 30 locations in Greater Houston, including Sugar Land, Sienna, Longmeadow, Greatwood, and 4 locations in Katy. From OW to WOW, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. By Archer Volkswagen, open since 1956 and ready to serve you. Archer Volkswagen is on Highway 59 South, just inside the Sam Houston Tollway. You will feel like family at Archer Volkswagen. By Needville Insurance Agency, put hundreds if not thousands of dollars back in your pocket when the Needville Insurance Agency team shops all those insurance carriers for you. They find the very lowest costing plan that's right for you. Save on car insurance, home insurance, flood insurance, or all 3 like they did for me. Call Bradley Stavanaugh at 979-793-7411 or click needvilleinsurance.com. And our Countdown to Kickoff show is brought to you by Equitable Advisors. It's never too early or too late to get with Nick Arevalo and Equitable Advisors to create a smooth, soft landing into a wonderfully comfortable retirement. Thousands of Fort Bend teachers made the right call to trust their financial future to Equitable Advisors. And you can too. You don't have to be a Fort Bend teacher. You don't have to be a teacher at all. Just go with Equitable Advisors. We'll be right back.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Good Friday night, everybody. Welcome to the Equitable Advisors Countdown to Kickoff show. Second district game of the season for Dulles and for Travis. And for the Travis Tigers, still looking for the first district win. Trey Sissom, their head coach. I would like to know, Coach, have you kind of heard from some folks, maybe former players, coaches you have worked with or coached against perhaps, who are kind of just giving you an encouraging word of some kind?
Oh, yeah. You know, it's kind of one of those things. Going 0-3 is not, you know, we've been 0-2 a couple of years with some good district, you know, non-district opponents, but going 0-3 starting out, it's been kind of tough. But the kids have responded well in practice. I've got a couple of phone calls from some guys and just a text, you know, from here or there from all the guys that have been on our staffs in years past that they know that our kids have it in them, and it's just a matter of getting better on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, and then that way we show up on Friday and have a chance to win a district game against Dulles.
You like to show, I'm thinking of something else. I'm trying to think of too many things at once. Do you ever study football lore and some of the things that coaches have done to kind of surprise their players and maybe get them motivated, if not for one game, for a practice leading up to a big game?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's kind of one of those things. Anytime that you get into the situation we're in, you know, that's a must-win for us. So you go back and you pull out all those old files and look at all those things that you had, a bunch of old cards that maybe you did 20, 30 years ago that you got to dust off a little bit and maybe go back to some of them. And that's kind of what we've done this week. You know, we've kept with the plan in terms of what we do. I mean, we're not changing anything radically, but we got to get our kids playing better, and that's from our coaches coaching staff, and obviously, like I say, with tonight going against a tough Dulles opponent, it's a little bit different offensively than what we've seen. And then, for us on our offensive side against their defense, we just got to get more consistent. We've got to get some kids playing better up front. We think we've had a good week of practice, and hopefully some of those changes and some of those things that we're doing in warm-ups or what we've led up to the game will pay off tonight.
With Dulles' success, it seems like they're kind of opening up the playbook a little bit more, week by week, doing some things that you haven't seen them do on the tapes of the previous games. I guess that's pretty nerve-wracking for the defensive staff.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of those deals where it's very tough to prepare for them anyway, just because of what they do is different than other people that you've schemed against in the first 3 games. But that being said, it's still one of those things where our kids got to line up. We got to play. We got to play our position. We got to read our keys and then react to it. It's always one of those things. Everybody always has some wrinkle that they save for you. So we think we've got most of it planned out. And if we can match up and stay in the game, and obviously if offense and special teams helps out our defense a little bit, we think we got a chance to win tonight.
Talking about Dulles doing something different from what most everybody else does, have you ever seen Liberty Hill play?
We have. And
slot T.
Yeah, and and it's kind of funny because I've got a bunch of young guys on our staff that haven't had as much experience as some of us old guys with the gray hair have. So, we got to pull out some of the old play cards again, like I said, and go back to some of the things, back in the day when we were at May Creek, we were wing T when we started out in the mid to late 90s, and some of that stuff, the calls and the positions and the, strong guards and quick guards, that's an afterthought for most programs now. But it's kind of fun to see what they do, and our kids, being physical and getting after Dulles hopefully is something we can do tonight to give us a chance.
And one final thing, I'm going to go back to the crazy coach thing. You're probably aware of this. In the 1970s, Grant Taff, who was always a very dignified, godly, devout coach for Baylor, sometime in the 70s, when they had a tough game against Texas, he ate a worm in the locker room in front of his team, and they just went out of there like their hair was on fire, and they won the game.
Yeah, there's not going to be any worms here tonight. We've got AstroTurf, so I'm not digging anything up, but I will drink a Diet Coke for my kids and give me a little caffeine, so we'll see. Maybe I'll give them a little chocolate or something in there, too. We'll give them a little Hershey's Kiss and see if that'll sweeten them up, and we'll get a little bit more energy tonight and get after it.
Okay, I drink those diet things too, but I saw a bucket of worms over there near the entrance to the visitors' locker room.
I think it's a homecoming stunt, though, because this is Dulles' homecoming, so maybe it's something on their side.
That makes perfect sense. All right, we'll be back with Shane Bird of Dulles. Thank you, Trey Sissom. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com right after this on the Equitable Advisors Countdown to Kickoff show.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity Gateway.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugarland, Sienna, Greatwood, Longmeadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
Welcome back to the Equitable Advisors Countdown to Kickoff show. Dulles 1-0 in their district games, taking on the Travis Tigers, still looking for their first win. It's been a long time since we've seen Travis in that situation. But let's talk about your team's health and how, you just a moment ago, You were talking to Alice Kessler, your trainer, and thinking she should do the Countdown to Kickoff show interview. She kind of panicked, but that's been a great contribution by her and her staff.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Coach Kessler and then Coach Spencer as well. I mean, they do a phenomenal job working with all of our players, not only in football, but every sport, helping them stay healthy physically, mentally, and also taking care of our coaches. They do a good job of keeping us balanced and giving us great ideas and reminders throughout the week. And man, we're really blessed to have both of them and their staff of many student trainers. They do a phenomenal job with this program.
Well, you and your staff did a phenomenal job of getting the team ready to play, and as you said, both physically and in their mind and in their spirit. After having lost the first couple of games, your performance last week against Austin was really outstanding. Was there any moment where you knew they were going to perform a lot better in that third game?
Well, we had a much better week of practice. First district ball game, our guys were excited. We got some guys back on from injuries and from other things, but they were fired up and really, played a great game, executed well, and some things we got to clean up and be better at this game. But we're looking forward to a great night of ball. It's homecoming. Our fans are excited. Our schools are excited, and we're ready to get after it.
Is your offense, it looks to me like from the layman's point of view that they're able to kind of open the playbook a little wider and do more stuff every week and be less predictable as every week goes by. Am I right?
Yeah, that's the goal. We going in, we have a plan, and then based on how things go, we can do more or less based on what the defense has given us and our matchups. And but we're healthy. Well, and our offensive line did a great job last week being physical, coming off the ball, really creating some big old holes for our backs. And Cole Hodges had a great game. Carter Trescott, I think, had 3 rushing touchdowns. And so, when your offensive line's doing those things, your back's going to have a big game. And so we just got to do the same thing this week.
I don't know if you got a chance to see what Clements was able to do last night in their comeback win over Elkins. They were down 21-0. And it was mid or late second quarter at that point, but they did not abandon the running game. They really stuck to it and committed to it, and I know you love it when your team does that. What's the secret to making sure you stay committed when it may look like you need to start slinging the ball all over the field?
Well, for us, that's our base offense is running the ball. Taking care of it, relying on our offensive line and our backs and their speed and their power inside, and we're gonna stick to that, and that's been the recipe for success for us, and we're just gonna keep getting better each and every week at that.
Well, I'm sure you're aware that you get the victory tonight, and there's going to be a real buzz of excitement that will be hard to contain on the Dulles campus next week.
Yeah, that's later on. We got to focus on, right now, just playing our best game of the season tonight, playing as a team, and just being tough. That's our word of the week is toughness, and we gotta get out there and play Viking football.
I know exactly what you mean. I can kind of look ahead to other things, but if your team looks past this game, all those chickens may not hatch the way you wanted them to. Thanks for being with us.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Go Vikings.
All right, we're going to kick it off in just a couple of minutes. Roger Smith and Patrick Kinnick from Mercer Stadium. This has been the Equitable Advisors Countdown to Kickoff show on VypeFortBend.com. We'll be right back.
Ever take your hands off the wheel and your auto starts veering left or right? That's your vehicle's way of saying, hey, I'm out of alignment and you're ruining the tires. First Tire and Automotive, 4 convenient locations, make sure you won't be driving crooked in the carpool lanes. Take advantage of free standard alignment with purchase of 4 tires and 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
Equitable Advisors financial professionals know the path to a fulfilling future begins with getting to know who you are and what matters to you most. At Equitable Advisors, they work with people as individuals. That's how they deliver on their mission, just like Nick Arevalo, CFP. Talk to your local Equitable Advisor financial professional or visit nickarevalo.com. That's NICKAREVALO.com. Together, you and my friend Nick can plan a future that reflects all of who you are. Equitable Advisors, LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA SIPC.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn with Horn Solutions. We agree with energy analysts that the energy market has stabilized. We anticipate significant merger and acquisition activity. Good resources are scarce. Horn Solutions is positioned to assist you in accounting, finance, IT, and supply chain. Our staff can assist you with outsourcing, or we can supply you with resources to join your staff. Visit hornsolutions.net for details.
Gary Horn is a highly successful businessman who has made a huge impact in people's lives, and he loves what he does for a living. That's a big reason why Gary Horn and Horn Solutions support Get a Great Gig. Get a Great Gig is a free job search consultation service that will help you find a job you love, whether it's to make more money or get personal fulfillment in the career of your choice. Email them at getagreatgig@gmail.com or on Twitter at getgreatgigs.
All right, back here at Mercer Stadium, Roger Smith and Patrick Kinnick with you. And Patrick, we didn't get a chance to test our mics so we can hear each other. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Roger. Can you hear me?
Not really.
Can you hear me now?
No.
That's not good.
We'll work on that. We don't want to, let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of colors.
We've got to get that
presented by the Dulles Air Force JROTC Color Guard.
The opening kickoff, right?
The Color Guard is made up of Cadet Airman Amina Haq, Cadet Staff Sergeant Lucas Michael.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New gigabit extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity Gateway.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugarland, Sienna, Greatwood, Longmeadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
All right, we're back inside Mercer Stadium, and Patrick, I was thinking about it, and it's more important that I see you talking than hear you talking because we have a little visual display.
Right.
So go ahead and test your mic.
I am talking right now, Roger. It looks like it's moving.
It looks like you are coming through strong, loud and clear. This is a situation where they think we're the PA announcer. We're not the PA announcer. The PA announcer's inside. They're handing us a piece of paper, and Patrick is saying we can't do that. We're on the web radio. This happens so many times. All right, so maybe I misread the situation. I don't even know. All right, so Patrick, there was something I wanted to tell you that I'm very anxious to do. You are familiar with St. Teresa Catholic Church and the Knights of Columbus that are very active and doing lots of wonderful community things over there.
Yes.
And one of the things that they do, not every Friday night of the year, but for certain stretches of the year, they have fried catfish for sale.
Yeah.
You can go by and just grab and go, $15 a plate. They used to do it, you know, in a little gathering hall and a lot of wonderful fellowship, but now it's kind of a grab and go thing. And I thought about grabbing and going after getting catfish tonight, but the road was closed along Bernie, which becomes Main Street, so I couldn't even get to it. So I might do it next week.
That's,
all right.
That's very popular during Lent.
Now, yes, it certainly is.
Yes.
Now, as the captains are meeting in the middle of the field, and we'll see the ceremonial coin toss, do you want to tell us exactly what happened when those young people came by and handed you some paper? Was it meant for the PA announcer?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's meant for the PA, and but I just didn't want to say no. She
because
just
they're
wanted me to-
wonderful, sincere kids.
Yeah, we
yes.
just needed somebody to hang on to this valuable piece of paper or stack of papers, so I just can't let it blow away, Roger. I don't know how that's going to happen, but we'll do the best we can.
Well, that's very kind of you. All right, so the Travis Tigers, the visiting team tonight, taking on Dulles on the Vikings homecoming tonight. They, Travis won the toss, but they deferred, and it seems like everybody in the entire football world at every level is deferring, except maybe I'll bet in Pop Warner, youth football. They probably, if they have a really good return team, they might receive the kickoff to start the game. But Travis is going to kick off from the south end of Mercer Stadium, and we have good weather. Earlier on, we had some weather problems and rain, but then the rain seemingly has left
Set hit for Travis, number 82, Leo Esteban.
It seems like we're in the clear now.
I was close to calling you, Roger, to see what things were like down here.
Maxwell Cotton.
Because it was threatening where I was.
Leo Esteban will kick off for Travis, and Cole Hodges and Travion Richard are back to receive the kickoff for the Dulles Vikings, and we are ready to rock from Lord have Mercer Stadium. Esteban to the football, puts his foot into it, and he hammers one toward the goal line through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback.
Well, that's a pretty good kick. He toyed with the corner of the end zone there, and he got it through. Roger, we're waiting. What are the teams wearing tonight? We got to. You're always good at that. So let's get that out of the way.
Travis often looking like Ohio State, and they have the dark gray pants, the white road jerseys with accents on the shoulders there in scarlet numerals outlined in gray, and the silver helmets with the red T Travis logo. They have the number on one side and the logo on the other. And now Dulles with the first play from scrimmage. Looks like they're going to have a loss of 1 yard as Kason Bird, their quarterback, handed off to Cole Hodges, and he saw nothing but a face full of Travis linemen right in front of him.
And what about those Vikings tonight? They got all red homecoming.
Yes, it's Battle Red night evidently here, but it's also homecoming night for the Dulles Vikings, who come in, even though they're 1-2 on the season. That one was a district game, and they did it last week against Austin, who had not won or had not lost before they played. And now a fumbled snap. Kason Bird falls on it. He might have gained a yard. I think he got back to the original line of scrimmage. He did, so it's going to be 3rd and 10 at the 25. Not real good on the first couple of plays.
You don't want to start your offensive series the way they have just started. A no gain on first down and a fumbled snap, and you got 3rd and 10 looking you in the face now, and they're going into the wind. Opportunity for Travis.
By the way, game time temperature, in case you're wondering, 84 degrees.
And I was wondering.
And Bird hands it off And up the middle, and not much there. Travis is just all over it. Beautiful, beautiful defense as they strung it out. Bren Hudkins on the tackle as Dulles handed it off to Victor Adarunboy. And when Adarunboy gets ahead of steam, he's tough to deal with, but he's not one of those with a very quick first step.
He is a big guy, and Travis was able to get him early, and then he's still on his feet, and then it took a swarm of Tigers to end up bringing him down.
And now it is time for Dulles to punt. Low snap, bounces back to the punter, and he gets it in the air with his left foot into the wind. As Patrick mentioned, it doesn't go very far, and it checks up at the 49-yard line of Dulles. So that was only a 24-yard punt. And Patrick, just so you know, you see the screen here?
Yeah.
Back inside the Vype World headquarters inside the mothership, yeah. They are fixing a little problem we've been having, a little Wi-Fi connectivity.
Yeah.
Sometimes our signal will go off, and Suna Venkat is back there, and no one does it better than her as far as getting our signal restored, and I guess she has. So thank you, Suna. I love you even more than I did earlier today when you were working on this laptop in the middle of the day.
They have not to change the subject, but look like they have a running into the kicker penalty here.
Okay, how about that?
I'm not sure if it's running in or I didn't see the personal foul, so that must have been the 5-yard penalty, which is going to allow the Vikings to re-kick.
And thank you, Patrick, for that. By the way, I apologize for not mentioning that it was Tim Cutts, who is the punter for these Dulles Vikings, and back to receive the kick for Travis is Nefemi Rufai, junior wide receiver. Good snap this time, lower punt, and that's going to get into Travis territory, but Rufai fumbles it as he's hit. And the Vikings, I believe, have recovered the ball at the 31-yard line of Travis. Oh, that's a big play. And Dulles really needs a big play here to just kind of make sure that Travis remains discouraged at 0-3. You know, sometimes a season can get where
first down Vikings at the 32-yard line.
If something goes wrong early, players can just be discouraged and say, here we go again.
Well, it's interesting because they got the 3 and out. Great defense. They didn't allow a yard. Got the ball at the 49, running into the kicker, and then they had to redo it. And there's the fumble. So yes, you're right when you say they're ripe for the discouraging thoughts here as they give up the early turnover.
And by the way, I didn't see who recovered it. Did you?
I did not. It was a lot of humanity down there.
Formation, Kaysen Bird to throw in the flat, got a completion. It's at a run boy, but he's hit early, and it's a gain of 2, if that. That's all they're going to give him as Jaden McCoy comes up strong to make the hit.
I would say Jaden McCoy read his keys very well on that play because he was right on the play and made a good tackle. We got a penalty marker here again, Roger.
Bill Stevens is our referee. And his microphone isn't working. It was, is that a substitution when they do this?
I believe that's a legal substitution. He went to the shoulders.
Yeah, he reached up with both hands and kind of touched between his shoulders and his neck.
And he indicated a loss of down there, so I'm not sure if that's true or not. It says second down on the scoreboard. The sticks over there stays first down.
Yeah, well, I would trust the sticks.
That wouldn't have been, let's see. Well, the sticks now say second down.
Yeah, okay, second down and 15. There's the give to Hodges, finding his way through a small hole in the interior. And he does wriggle forward for 4 yards, so it's going to set up a 3rd down and 11. Down there at the bottom of the pile for Travis, Ricky Lang and Jacob Woods.
Viking ball carrier Cole Hodges, stopped by Alton Johnson.
I'd imagine that the Tigers are committed to stopping the run tonight. Dulles is known for a pretty good ground game. They were able to get it together fairly well the last time we saw them. Hodges had some good runs, and here we go with the 3rd and 11 or 12 here.
They would always prefer not to pass when the opponent knows they're going to pass, and a quick flip out into the flat is dropped as Adi Samazi. I guess that was kind of a tough catch to make. It's 4th and 12, and I wonder, will they simply go for it? I think they're in no man's land. Too close to punt, too far away for a field goal. So you might as well just go for it. And you know who hasn't had the ball in his hands to this point is Carter Truscott.
Yes.
Who's probably the most dangerous player on the offensive unit for Dulles.
I'm sure we're going to see that maybe right here on this play.
Bird is going to quick kick it. And it bounces inside the 10. That's going to be pretty effective. And it rolls into the end zone. Or does it?
Well,
I'm wondering, did Adirondboy, he did down it before it got to the goal line. I was afraid he had slipped and the ball had rolled beyond him.
Bird's kick.
But he has downed it at the 1 centimeter line.
Yeah, it's as close as you can get. The nose of the football is virtually on the goal line.
Tigers take over first
So
down.
that quick kick turned out to be a very effective play. It looked like it was going to be a shotgun situation, but he ended up kicking the ball. Travis is 99 3/4 yards away.
All right, every single Travis Tiger has at least part of their feet in the end zone. One is has 1 foot on the goal line, and they give it up the middle, and there goes Horace, their big back. Correction, it's not Horace. They gave it to a different back. That's Ayodeji Akinrinmadi.
Jeepers.
No, his name is not Jeepers. His name is Ayodeji Akinrinmadi.
You did a great job with that, and he's a fresh sophomore, Roger. And
Yes,
that was
we'll
a nice hole for him and a good run.
We'll be stumbling over his name for quite some time.
Well, you won't be.
After a 7-yard run, Drew Sissom hands it off up the middle, and there's a big run for a first down for Travis, and the running game is working on the first 2 plays is Tiernan Horace.
Yeah, that last name's a little easier there. But they, in 2 plays, have been able to explode out to the 26-yard line and looking pretty good on the ground so far.
So officially they've made 25 yards, but we know they've made 25 7/8 yards or something like that. There goes Akinrinmadi over the right side, and he picks up 6 on a little sweep where they were just kind of trampling and slamming over tacklers, and we're getting good blocking at the point of attack by Travis. Hezekiah Smith.
Carry for the Tigers.
By the way, if you ever get into a Bible discussion about the Old Testament, tell someone you think the scripture they're trying to think of is in the book of Hezekiah. Drew Sissom hands it off straight up the middle. There goes Horace, but this time he is smashed right in the hole. It was T.J. Chateau who grabbed him and threw him down like a wet rag at the end of the play. So now we'll have a 3rd down and a long 3.
Ball carrier, no gain.
For those of you
Vikings number
who haven't
31.
studied the Old Testament, there is no book of Hezekiah, but it sounds like there should be.
35 with the stop.
So
It's
people
3rd
might
down.
go thumbing through for a book that's not there.
It's a great name, though, isn't it? Hezekiah?
Yes, it
Love
is.
that name.
3rd down and 3. Sissom fakes a handoff, drops back, throws, and got a man, got a completion. 40, 45, still going. Stubborn receiver is Ricky Lang. He stayed up for a while and was dropped at the 45. That's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com.
Well, you like that play if you're Travis because it was an easy pass completion for Sissom, kind of get him off to a good start, and obviously it got him a first down.
There's a handoff up the middle, and I think they fed Ricky Lang, the same guy they just threw a pass to, and he picked up 4 yards over the right side. Gets it to the 49-yard line of your Travis Tigers. On the tackle for Dulles was Justin Ofoma. And tonight's Archer Volkswagen keys to the game have to be kind of the same for both offenses.
Yeah.
They've got to make the running game work so that when they pass, they're not facing a pass rush where the front 7 or however many they send is just coming in with their ears pinned back. And a little swing pass over toward the far sideline.
Roger, was that a lateral?
Well, I think it was a lateral, and they probably should mark it where it went out of bounds. But I think for whatever reason, they say it's an incomplete pass.
Boy.
It was Drew Sissom trying to deliver to Cooper Atkins, and it's 3rd down, and we'll call it 6.
Yeah, that was pretty darn close to a lateral, but I don't see a whole lot of arguing from the Vikings over there on the sideline, so good call.
Sissom drops straight back, stands strong, throws over the middle, completion, and a first down at the 32. He got it into the gizzard of Dwayne Chappelle, the junior, and that's a first down. Again, you better think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com.
He got it right over the linebackers on that pass, and then right into the belly of the receiver, and he went down and got it. Travis is doing pretty well on this drive.
They've got it at the 34. Sissom looks over at the bench, takes the snap, drops back, swings it out to Horace. Horace has a little bit of room, but the hole closes quickly. He's hit first by Dulles' Joshua Bailey, and then Justin Ofoma.
That's
and
like a long. I'm sorry. That's like a long handoff or a pitch, because really, basically, he just tossed it to the left side and kind of like a pitch almost, and he's able to get 2 yards. Pretty good defense by the Vikings.
Sissom wipes his hands on the towel coming out of his waistband, drops back, looks at Horace, swings it out there, got the catch, but he's dropped immediately like a sack of rocks is Robert Sims. No, never mind. I blew it twice. Maxwell Cotton comes up and makes the tackle.
Yeah.
Maxwell
Maxwell Cotton.
Cotton with the stop.
He was all over that play. It was the same play to the right, little flare to the back out of the backfield, and that's unfortunately for the Travis Tigers. It's a loss of looks like
loss of 5 on that play.
5 yards.
Thank you, Mr. Rosenbaum, up in the PA box.
Exactly.
So it's now 3rd and 13, and Sissom looks left. He's rushed, shakes one pass rusher, throws late and behind his receiver. It's incomplete near the 20 as he was trying to deliver it to Brent Johnson. On the coverage for Dulles, Gio Navarrete. And it's decision time, but I don't think there's a decision to make. You go for it. It's 4th and 13 at your opponent's 37.
4th down.
Another factor involved is you're 0-3. So you might as well just, let's go for it.
However, they may do the same thing Dulles did.
I was going to say,
looking like they're going to run a play. Will it be a quick kick?
Oh, snap.
Well, they got some of it.
Yeah, I think he made contact. The lineman jumped for the Vikings. Was that Davis who jumped? Kenneth Davis?
Kenneth Davis. And, you know, it's legal to do the hard count. It's not legal to do the head bob,
right.
And I think Drew Sissom kind of got away with a head bob. So
they
it's
don't
a 5-yard
call that
penalty.
a whole lot, do they? They don't call that a lot,
right.
The head bob, even though they do it a lot, the quarterbacks.
Well, that sets up a 4th and 8. A little more makeable. 3 receivers on the near side, and the single receiver on the far side is Robert Sims. Sissom takes the snap. They protect him. He's still looking. Lets it go late over the middle, and it's picked up by Dulles. It's Navarrete. He's got it at the 30, across the 30 to the 33, struggling for it. He might have even gotten the 34 and a half. Gio Navarrete with the interception on homecoming night. And in a scoreless game with 3:40 to go in the first, Dulles has it back.
That's right.
Gio Navarrete.
You hate to throw an interception, but it, you know, on the other hand, it didn't really cost him a whole lot, because had it been incomplete, the ball would have been basically at this spot. But he underthrew his receiver that time. He didn't quite get enough on it. And nice play by Navarrete to make the interception.
And they mark him squarely at the 34 as Cason Bird is under center. Turns around and hands it off to Hodges, slanting over the right side, outside the numbers. There he goes. 50, 45, and whistled out of bounds near the 40 in Travis Tigers territory. On the tackle for Travis, Alton Johnson, and that's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out, firsttireandauto.com.
That's a play that really has been working for them the last time I saw him, and then tonight here, off tackle, little pitch play, and Hodges knows how to hit that hole.
By the way, they did rule that Cole stepped out at the 49 of Travis, so a few yards taken off what we thought was the end of the run. But they run it to the left, and they give it to Travion Richard, and he doesn't have as much daylight going over the left side. It's going to be a pickup of 1, if that, and it's Nicholas Lara on the tackle for the Tigers.
Yeah, not much there that time.
Tigers number 33.
Tigers stiffened up on that second down play. Here's Carter Truscott entering into the game. We still have not seen him touch the ball. That'll happen pretty soon, I would imagine.
Well, I don't like to speculate, but I think I should, just because it's pretty clear. If they haven't gotten the ball in his hands, he may be a little nicked up. He might be out there as a decoy.
Yeah, maybe.
And there is a sweep going to the left. Richard trying to get to the edge, and he does. And he gets nearly 10 yards, wrestled out of bounds. We'll see where they spot it. He might have yet another first down, as it's very busy. Alton Johnson making another tackle for the Tigers.
Alton Johnson
looks like he's going to be about 2 yards short, according to where they're standing at the 41 there. But there was a great job of blocking on the edge there, as he was able to get to the outside rather easily.
3rd and 2. Bird, son of the head coach, turns around, tosses to Hodges, has to avoid a tackler in the backfield, gets a yard, but he needed 2, and it's going to be 4th and 1 at the 40 of Travis. Outstanding Hodges. Recognition, and dashing up there to make the play was Jacob Woods.
Down. Davis Ochoa and Nicholas Laura on the stop for the Tigers.
Wow, this is a quick quarter.
Yeah,
Patrick.
also
We're almost down to 2 minutes.
Nicholas Laura in on a tackle. He's another sophomore there. Travis is playing some young players tonight.
16 on the play clock. Bird taking his time. Now goes back under center. Turns around, gives to Hodges. Hodges, it's going to be super close. It's Olaroon Femi coming up strong to make the stop. He made the initial hit for Travis.
The carry for the Vikings.
And then Davis Ochoa followed it up. I think it's just going to be right on the mark. It's too close to call.
Yeah, they're going to be bringing the sticks across, I think, Roger.
Like an election in Pennsylvania 5 days later, it's too close to call. Is this on? I cracked Patrick up.
Yeah, there's a football game going on here too. It always seems the case that the sticks are always coming from the far side. Doesn't it always seem that way?
Yes.
And they got to come all the way across the field.
You know,
so
in the NFL, they have a chain on both sidelines. And the Travis Tigers, it looks like they've held. They have.
What a big
And the white jerseys go off the field, jumping up and down, and they should celebrate.
That was a big stop. It looked like Hodges was going to get that first down, and it just closed quickly. And if there was instant replay, they'd probably do the replay and see if the spot's right, you know. But there's no replay in high school football. Not here, anyway.
There's no crying in baseball, and there's no replay in high school football, except in the state championship games in Arlington's AT&T Stadium. They do have replay option.
They do.
And isn't that weird to go the entire year, play 15 games maybe?
Yeah.
And
I'm not sure
no
if I
replay.
favor that.
And then when you get to the final game, you can challenge.
That's interesting.
With the ball at the 39-yard line, Travis has it again. Sissom hands off on the draw play. And it looked like it was a promising play, but it ends up being no gain as he handed it to Ricky Lang. And I'll tell you what, Dulles really has an active linebacker in Justin Ofoma. That guy's all over the place. They did give Lang a yard, so it's 3rd and 9. System fakes a hand clap, now calls for the snap, drops back, gets rid of it. Horace open in the flat, across the 50, first down and more, down the sideline, and upended near the 35-yard line. Jarrett Mitchell might have saved a touchdown, and what a great executed play by these Dulles Vikings, or these Travis Tigers.
Good enough for a Tiger first down.
Yeah, Horace looked good on that. He made a nice catch and did exactly what he's supposed to do, turn up and run.
Sissom looks to his left, throws, his receiver leaps to make the catch, makes a move. Robert Sims down the sideline inside the 15 to the 13. Robert Sims, what an athlete. And by the way, on the previous play, something that's in play at Mercer is there is a crown in the middle of the field for drainage. So a big back, once he kind of gets momentum and catches a ball and is running downhill, he can be hard to catch. Sissom going to throw for a 3rd consecutive play, slant pass, incomplete, a little bit too hot for Brent Johnson, who was falling down as the ball arrived.
Yeah.
And we're inside the final minute of this first quarter, 49.7 seconds to go. No score, but Travis is in the red zone. 2nd and 10 at the 16. I'm sorry, the 11.
For number 8, Brent Johnson.
Had Johnson not slipped a little bit there, he might have had that touchdown. He just kind of lost his footing there.
With the Dulles band playing Fleetwood Mac's tusks right in their ears. There goes Sissom on the quarterback draw, and I don't think it was a quarterback draw by design. He had to go down to his, bend down to pick up the football and just get what he could. About a 3-yard pickup.
Got a tiger down at the 8-yard line.
Yeah, we do. Let's take a break here, Patrick.
An injury on the field.
We'll be back with a third down play on VypeFortBend.com.
Ever take your hands off the wheel and your auto starts veering left or right? That's your vehicle's way of saying, hey, I'm out of alignment and you're ruining the tires. First Tire and Automotive, 4 convenient locations, make sure you won't be driving crooked in the carpool lanes. Take advantage of free standard alignment with purchase of 4 tires and 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stabenow with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
All right, so the injured player for Travis, fortunately, is walking off. Tristan Clinton, sophomore offensive lineman, and if Tristan is still growing, he's going to be a very imposing figure if he keeps playing football. Yeah. Well, he'll be an imposing figure no matter what.
He's already
But especially
imposing, right?
if he is part of the Travis offensive line.
That's the third sophomore that we've mentioned tonight for the Travis Tigers.
So here we go. Travis on a 3rd down and 8 from the 9-yard line of Dulles. Sissom drops back, steps up, throws, end zone, leaping, Sims, touchdown, Travis! Truscott was on defense, and he's complaining that he did not get his foot down, but the official, I have to say, was right on top of it.
You know, you got to get his 1 foot in high school football, and it did look like he was flirting with the sideline there, but like you said, the official was right there on the play. Nice pass by Sissom and a really nice catch by Sims. He had 2 really good catches on that drive, including a touchdown.
And it looks like Travis, because they had some problems in the kicking game, they are going to go for 2 right here. They've got 3 backs in a power I formation. Sissom under center. Turns around and hands off. Straight up the middle. Good for 2 points. I think it's Anthony Oliver, and he's a linebacker. Yeah, that's who it was, and he runs heavy, and he got the 2-pointer. 8-0.
And he's
Travis,
excited on the sideline right now.
I believe he is. He looks a little bit excited.
Yes.
And so are we. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New gigabit extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
Through the end zone, Vikings will take over at the 25-yard line.
I want to thank Leo Esteban, place kicker for Travis, who bombed the ball through the end zone. We have officiating crews who are very efficient, and good for them, but it's very hard to run a minute-long commercial between the end of the extra point try and the kickoff. So Esteban it's no problem if he bombs it through the end zone. Cole Hodges runs left, gets 1 yard on a sweep, and that is all, because I think it's Oliver. Anthony Oliver still fired up about his 2-point conversion run.
That's the last play of the quarter
There
here,
you
Roger.
go. You're right.
So let's see if you can get that minute spot in here.
Oh, look at that.
Robert Sims on the stop.
Oh, boy.
All right, so what do? We got no team viewer.
That brings us to the end of the first quarter.
I mean, we got no OBS studio.
Check 1, 2. We'd like to thank Mishaw's
Okay, comma, so I should open up a new OBS, comma, right? Question mark.
Mishaw's Southern Cuisine is located at 6850 Highway 6, Suite 200 in Missouri City. They're open Wednesday through Sunday, so feel free to stop by there and enjoy fresh-made meals from a chef with over 25 years of experience creating gourmet meals and flavorful pastries. Once again, thank you, Mishaw's Southern
I see
Cuisine.
you're doing it.
Fans are reminded that tonight's game between the Tigers and the Vikings is being broadcast live on VypeFortBend.com, your home for Fort Bend County High School sports. It's always free to listen to live or listen to later. VypeFortBend.com.
You had to shorten it. Here we go. All right. We are back. Or are we?
Quarterback Bird's pass.
To Richard. All right, I believe we are back in business, Patrick.
Travion Richard picks up the
Yes,
Viking first
I
down.
believe we are, so let's just start talking again. All right, so we had a little interruption in our
Number
Wi-Fi.
13,
During that
Perry
time,
at the stop.
Dulles has moved the football. They do have a first down at their own 35. We're in the second minute of the second quarter, and it's 8-0. Travis on top and playing defense as Cole Hodges runs to his left, cuts inside a nice little block, gets across the 40, keeps going to the 44, and then they push him back. And that was a great attempt at a tackle by Dulles' Adi Samazi, but a nice little zip move, and he went sliding by, and Cole Hodges kept going.
And like you said, there was a good block down there, which allowed him to spring through that hole. Prior to this, they had a fourth down and about a half a yard from their own, what was it, about the 34-yard line, and they took a risk and went for it on that direct snap, and that's why they're sitting at 2nd and 1 here.
Carter Truscott back in the game. Bird with time, throws in the flat over the head of Adirondboy. Incomplete. It's second, make it. Wait a minute, the down box went from second to fourth.
It should be third down.
Yeah, should be third down and 1.
The down box said 4, and the scoreboard said 2, and it's really 3.
Now they fixed it and put the 3 up.
So they took a little pass play on second and short. Now they got third and short here.
There's some tall guys sitting in the back row. I'm going to stand up. Bird looks over at the sideline. He's got 1 wide receiver on the left, 2 tight ends, and a little H-back over on the right side. That's Adirondboy. Third down and 1. And a hard run through the middle and a first down for Dulles on a 3-yard pickup as they got it in Adi Samazi's hand. And Anthony Garza with a nice clearing block, leading the way through. He's kind of a Moose Johnston, Mike Allstott type fullback. And you know what? You better think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com because that's a first down.
Samazi was stopped originally on that play at the point of attack, and then he kept those feet moving, and he's able to pick up 3 yards for the first down.
Dulles moving right to left. They have it at their own 48 with a 1st and 10. Misdirection play, and they give it to Adirondboy, kind of coming left when everybody else was going right, and that had worked for touchdowns with Carter Truscott last week. That one just a 2-yard pickup. It's 2nd down and 8 on the tackle for Travis was Temi Osanaiki.
Along with Oliver again. He is all over the field tonight.
Yes.
The linebacker for the Travis Tigers.
By the way, Oliver is one of those movies where the title ends with an exclamation point. You remember that? Oliver! You don't remember that, do you?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out why they would do that.
Truscott on the sweep, comes left, and he only gets a yard, maybe half a yard. He got it to the 49-yard line of Travis, and it's going to set up a 3rd and 7. Outstanding job by the Travis defense, stringing it out. Davis Ochoa on the tackle.
Yep. Ochoa flowed nicely to his right and was able to get down there for it looks like a no gain. And here's your 3rd and 7. They might have to put the ball up in the air. By the way, Truscott had his first carry of the night.
Yeah, and they've had him in on defense, and they even threw a pass his way. Bird throws over to the left side, and it's almost picked off. Cole Hodges was the intended target near the 44, and knocking it out of his hands was Alton Johnson.
That was great timing by Johnson. Got the hand in there, and he didn't interfere with the receiver. Great play, and that'll produce a punt here for the Vikings.
Tim Cutts is coming on to punt it away from the 49-yard line of Travis, and he would really like to pin them deep. He's got a wind at his back. Gets the ball up in the air, and that is a beauty. Fair catch called for and made at the 9-yard line. So it's a 40-yard punt with no return. And Jaden McCoy made that fair catch. He's trying to hand the ball to someone. No one seems to want it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looked like that ball would have probably gone into the end zone, but he did a good job of fielding the ball. You know, you never know where that ball's going to bounce. So,
hey, look. See the lady with cuts on the back of her T-shirt? I think that's Tim's grandma.
It's got to be some relation.
Somebody loves Tim Cutts. Probably since the day he was born.
That's right.
These precious kids, I'm so glad they play football and volleyball and all that stuff. All right, Travis straight up the middle. Horace, oh man, he is belted, but with great effort, he manages to get a gain of a yard. He could have been a loss of a yard, and I didn't even see who knifed through.
I think it was Afoma who got in there first and got his legs out from under him, but he's able to squeeze out 1 yard at least.
And we could hear that up here even through headphones. 2nd down and 9. Sissom gets it out of his hand quickly. Caught at the 15 to the middle of the field. I think that's Sims. No, it's not Sims. It's 9. Dwayne Chappelle. And he gets a first down at the 21-yard line on an 11-yard pickup.
Did you see that little move he put on after making that catch? That was a nice move to allow him to get 3 or 4 extra yards and pick up that first down.
Little stop route, then after you catch it, move back to your quarterback, but loop around the oncoming tacklers. It's very well done. There goes Lang. He broke a tackle to avoid a loss. I think he might have fought his way back to the line of scrimmage. It could have been a tackle for loss as TJ Chateau got his hands on him first, but lost him. It is a no-gainer. Travis moving left to right from their own 21 with 6:16 to go in the half and the clock ticking. Sissom calls for the snap, rolls to his right, looking down the field, fires, and it's out of the reach of the intended target. He tried to get it to Brent Johnson. 3rd and 10.
He had Sims. It's a pretty good design on that play. He had a guy coming off flaring, an underneath route, and then a deep route. Had he had a little extra time, he might have been able to see Sims breaking open deep. But it's easier from way up here to be able to see all that stuff, and it's 3rd down and 10 for the Travis Tigers.
2 backs on either side of Sissom, drops back, throws, and get a completion at the 25, but it's not nearly enough for the first down as Truscott makes an instant tackle on Johnson, and it's going to be time to punt. It's also time for us to have problems with our Wi-Fi again.
4th down.
Sissom. Sends Lang out into one of the slots. And I think he's going to punt it. Yep, he does that quick kick. Ball lands near the 50, rolls a little bit farther. Chappelle kills it at the 47, and Dulles will take over there. So Travis was unable to move it very far after they fair caught the prior punt at the 9-yard line. Dulles sends the offense back onto the field.
Vikings start at the 47-yard line.
The Tigers were able to pick up a first down and a little extra there, at least to work on field position a little bit. But the Vikings have great field position at the 47, their own 47, trailing 8-0 here as we approach halftime already.
47-yard line, 5:12 to go, and they give it off up the middle. I think they handed it to Travion Richard.
And,
no, it was number 7, Adi Samazi.
And Nicholas Lara in on that tackle again, the sophomore.
Contact made by Tigers number 42, Nicholas Lara.
He's been doing a pretty good job. He's been
in
on a lot of plays as well.
By the way, fans, join us at halftime. We have an interview with the man who launched the longest ever punt in the history of football.
I was wondering what was coming up at halftime.
I can ask Patrick if he knows who he is, but he'll have to pretend he doesn't know because he knows. Bird pumps short, throws for Truscott. He's got it on the run. 15-10-5 touchdown, Dulles! Oh, that was a beautifully lofted pass.
Quarterback, Bird's pass, complete 50 yards and a Viking touchdown.
He made a pump fake, which drew the defender up. And like you said, he lofted it perfectly. I wondered if he was going to be able to catch up to it, and sure enough, he did. It was Truscott. How would I ever doubt that? And he got it in stride all the way to the end zone.
And Truscott has great speed because the wind was at Bird's back.
Yep.
So when he lofted it up, Carter had to turn it on, and the extra point kick is up and good. So Dulles doesn't tie the game, but they do get within one.
The kick is
it's 8-7. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New gigabit extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
I want to thank one of the Dulles players who shall remain nameless because now I get to describe a Tim Cutts kickoff. There it goes! But it's not a touchback. It comes down at the 6-yard line. And it's a nice return for Travis. Got it in the hands of Jaden McCoy. And he was the real McCoy on that return, you know, as he brought it out to the 27. Pretty decent starting position for the Travis Tigers, who still lead 8-7 because they made a 2-pointer when they scored the first touchdown of the game. And Dulles got its touchdown to Carter Truscott and kicked the point. So you know who the longest ever punter is in the history of football, right?
Well, they just mentioned it on the...
Yes, of course. The great Mark Rosenbaum. He's never sounded better as a PA announcer. Travis fumbled the ball, but Lang picks it up, so no harm done. But he does have to give ground a little bit to secure the ball. It's a 2-yard loss. Truscott was in there teaming up with Hezekiah Smith on the tackle. 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2 on the play.
So it's hard to tell sometimes, is the defense dictating a little bit toward the offense here, or is the offense turned away from some of the things that they had going well earlier? I'm not sure which, but it is 2nd down and 12.
Here's a give to Horace, trying to get out of the backfield. A flag comes in as he's dropped for another 2-yard loss. And the guy who hit him first for Dulles was Kenneth Davis. He didn't quite get him down, and it's going to be holding against Travis anyway.
I'm pretty sure
Patrick,
it's a
I think
hold.
I might decline it because you might have a 3rd and 14.
Yeah, I would definitely decline it. I'm pretty sure that was thrown in the area of holding an inch. I was amazed how quickly it was thrown, too. The handoff was barely made, and the flag came flying. Chop block.
Oh, chop block.
That could be a 15-yard penalty, which they might think about taking. Would you still decline that, Roger?
Yeah. No.
That was a chop block.
Actually,
third and about, 14?
Third
versus
and 12 if you decline it, or third and 14 if you decline it? Well, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I appreciate you asking me.
We could just talk about it if we wanted more. But I believe it's a large penalty, and it's going to be second and a lot.
Second and 23, I think, from their own 13.
Well, yeah. Go ahead, Roger.
And Drew Sissom drops back. Screen pass set up. They get it to Lang. And Dulles sniffed that out, and that's going to be a loss of 2.
Yeah,
Travion Richard came in and finished it off.
They had it set up well. Blockers were out there. They needed one block. They needed to get the one block. And they didn't get that one block as Richard fought through it and made the tackle, and now it's a long way to go. This is where you might want to just kick it right now on third down. Quick kick.
And I don't think I gave proper credit. Maxwell Cotton got there first. He was the one who read it the best, and then help arrived, and I think he could have made the tackle on his own.
They're calling it third and 22, but it looks like it's longer than that.
And we got a timeout. We'll take it with them. 2:35 to go in the half, and it's Travis leading 8-7, but backed way up in their own end and facing a third and long.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
We see all you do to get work done, whether it's keeping your office clean or redesigning your space for 3 or 300. Our business is to keep business going. Buy online and pick up in store, or get free next business day shipping at Office Depot, OfficeMax, and OfficeDepot.com.
We want to thank the folks at Office Depot, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land for taking care of business every day so we can bring you Fort Bend County sports every week. It's already the 4th week of the football season. It really starts going by fast.
It's amazing.
2 receivers on the right side. One of them is Sims, and Sissom takes the snap, drops back, and he fires it deep on the post, and it's incomplete. Beautiful defense. Carter Truscott just made it impossible for Brent Johnson to get to the football. It falls harmlessly to the turf between the hash marks.
It's one of those plays where the defensive person had better position than the offensive person, so he did a good job of turning his body and almost intercepting it. And when I was talking about the quick kick, the advantage of the quick kick on third down is they're not expecting it, and there's nobody deep, so the ball could roll for some yardage, and that's easier said than done. But here's the snap low.
Now Cole Verow trying to punt out of his end zone. He was heavily rushed, and it's going to go out of bounds, or no, almost out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Verow got hit, but the ball was deflected, so there's no flag. Verow is down in the end zone, and with 2:17 to go before the half, Dulles is going to have it inside the 10. We'll be back, and we'll hope that Cole Verow is all right. We'll be back.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugar Land, Sienna, Greatwood, Longmeadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
Cole Verreau of Travis comes off the field, and he's walking a little faster as he goes, but he's favoring his right foot, and it really doesn't matter whether you punt with your right foot or your left. It's either your plant foot or your kicking foot. First and goal from the 9 for Dulles. Cole Hodges running left. He's in jail in the backfield and dropped for a 3-yard loss. And Cameron, I'm sorry, I almost called him Cameron Oliver, one of the greatest athletes in the history of Travis High School. Anthony Oliver makes another great stop.
It was a great play. Yeah, he jutted through that hole in the offensive line, and was able to get him in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. He has got a lot of energy tonight, including that 2-point conversion.
Now they give it to Hodges again, and it's the same thing. They ran left, and Oliver just blasted him. I mean, that was face to face.
It was face to face. Yeah.
Met by the Tigers, number 26, Anthony Oliver.
He's reading the plays, and they might want to go a little misdirection or something. Get him flowing one way and then come back the other. Easier said than done, but Oliver is really all over the place here tonight. Third and goal from the 11, Roger?
You know what Oliver wants? More.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what he wants. 3rd down and goal from the 11. Bird looks short, now runs to his right, and now has to sit down as Travis had every offensive option covered. And was that Oliver again? I think it was.
Bird on the keeper.
He got there for a 3rd straight play, basically making a solo tackle each time.
Number 28.
And it's going to be Tim Cutts to kick out of the hold of Brady Ultramare.
To attempt a 31-yard field goal.
It'll be a
18,
31.5-yard field goal just inside the right hash to give Dulles the lead in the final half minute of the second quarter. Play clock has gone down to 5, and now a timeout has been taken by the Vikes. We'll take it with them. Be right back, and they'll kick a field goal.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Waiting in the wings, we have Dr. Steve O'Neill, retired dentist and the one who kicked the longest punt in the history of football. He also partied with Broadway Joe Namath, so that's interesting. All right, here we go. Tim Cutts is back out there, and he's wearing the orange sherbet-colored shoes. Left-footed kicker with a 32-yard attempt officially. Ultramare gets it down. The kick has plenty of distance, and it's good. The Vikings lead 10-8 with 16.9 to go in the half. We'll take a break and be back.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately, like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
Tim Cutts kicks off. Sorry, we had our volume up on our microphones while they were lining up for that. Up the middle goes the return by Travis, and it's a pretty good one across the 30 to the 35 sideline and wrestled out of bounds. Was that Jaden McCoy or Jalen Perry?
Jalen Perry.
It was Jalen Perry. First time he's touched the ball tonight. Maybe they ought to get it in his hands more often.
Yeah, nice. Well, they're going to mark it at the 37. About a 38-yard return because I think he was about a yard deep when he took it. Maybe they'll set up a play here. It's 8 seconds remaining in the half, and it's going to take some kind of a miracle to score, though.
And it's never been like Trey Sissom to sit on the football when he has time. Sissom throws, and he's got a complete screen, but that's going to be the final play of the half. As it's 10-8, Dulles over Travis. We'll be back with our awesome Next Level Urgent Care halftime show right after this. 10-8, Dulles on top of the Tigers.
Ever take your hands off the wheel and your auto starts veering left or right? That's your vehicle's way of saying, hey, I'm out of alignment and you're ruining the tires. First Tire and Automotive, 4 convenient locations, make sure you won't be driving crooked in the carpool lanes. Take advantage of free standard alignment with purchase of 4 tires and 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to Halftime on VypeFortBend.com, your broadcast home for Fort Bend County high school sports. And during our football halftimes, we always like to keep you here with some interesting interviews, and we have one. And if you're a football historian, this name might ring a bell. He is Dr. Steve O'Neill, retired dentist and now the former New York Jets punter who still holds the record for the longest punt in the history of professional football. Dr. O'Neill, it's great to talk to you, and tell us a little bit about your life right now.
Well, thank you. I'm a retired dentist, and I like to play golf. I think my certain injuries that I walked away from football with kept me from running, which I like to do as well, but golf has been a good substitute. So I like playing it 3 or 4 days a week.
So let's go back to 1969. The American Football League champion New York Jets in 1968 upset the Colts in the Super Bowl, so the Jets were a big deal. There are a lot of people that thought that the AFL champion would never beat the NFL champion, but you joined a team that was newly crowned as world champions. And what kind of a media circus was it in New York being on that football team?
Well, I never expected to have trouble getting to the practice field, but there were so many people there welcoming the team that every day we had to fight our way through somebody to get to the practice field. And it was interesting, too, because coming off the Super Bowl, I felt like, why are we all here? They don't need a player at most any position. But we had about 16 guys who were drafted that season, and all 16 guys made the team. So I don't know what that says about them. Maybe they were lucky to win the Super Bowl, but Joe Namath knew.
I don't know what it means either, but there's also, football players didn't make nearly as much money back then. So if they could get rid of a veteran and replace that player with a rookie, that would be cheaper. I know that sometimes figured into a lot of personnel decisions.
I think you're right. That's exactly what happened in my case. I think they were looking for somebody to replace Curly Johnson. He was a good punter. He was coming off knee surgery, and I stepped in and filled the bill. Did well, performed well when I had to, and made the team.
All right, so let's talk about the game at Denver on September 21st, 1969. And I don't know how many times you had punted before this happened, but your team was backed up to its own 1-yard line on a 4th down, and they sent you in to punt. What were you thinking, and what happened?
Well, on my way out, I saw the official by the goal line, and I thought I was going out actually to punt after a safety. But I realized he's putting the ball down inside the 1, so I thought, oh, no, we're backed up, and I'm punting out of the end zone. And I had my previous game, which was the only game I'd played at that point as far as a regular season game. I had 2 punts for 55-yard average. So I was hitting the ball well. And I told my personal protector, who was Matt Snell, he was the starting fullback. So I felt good with him, but I told him in the huddle that, Matt, whatever you do, don't back up. Well, he backed up. And that really probably was a good thing because it forced me to take a shorter stride on that last step, and that's when you can really get into it. So I hit it well. I knew I'd hit it well. Often when I'd roll out, the ball was already peaked and coming down, but this ball was still going up. So it was, I knew it was a good hit. I didn't expect a 98-yarder out of it, but that's what happened.
Denver, Mile High Stadium. Did the thin air have an effect, you think?
You know, I've heard that a lot. I talked to their punter, who I talked to several years after that happened, and he was a Texas boy, Luke Prestridge, and he told me, he said that only makes about a 2 or 3 yard difference in a punt of 100 yards in the air. So he said, don't worry about it. So I haven't really given it much thought other than if somebody asks, I'll tell them what he told me. He punted there for 6 or 8 years, I think.
We're talking with Steve O'Neill, who back in 1969 was a rookie with the New York Jets, and he booted the longest punt, and the record still stands to this day, 98 yards in Denver. Billy Thompson was later became an all-pro safety, I believe, for the Broncos. The ball either came close to grazing his fingertips or just missed his fingertips, and it bounced 34 yards after it landed. So were you able to see what happened after that from your proximity?
I wasn't able to see what happened. Only way I know is from previous films of the punt. But I knew it was a long punt, and on my way over to the sideline, I heard him announce over the speaker system that it was a new NFL record, and they said it was 98 yards. So I was pleased and surprised as well.
And people who want to see what this looks like, you can go to YouTube and just put in Steve O'Neill. That's O''Neal, and longest punt. I'm sure it'll take you there. And they don't really have much with it. They don't have audio over it. They just have the film, but it's very good film, and you can see what happened. And the ball looks like it's about to roll into the end zone, resulting in a touchback, but that does not happen. It stops about 3 inches shy of the goal line. Billy Thompson picks it up and has a short return after that.
Yeah, the good thing about that return, actually the good thing about the punt was we were backed up in a hole. Now they are. Mm-hmm. So that's a good feeling. And the person who tackled him on that play was my roommate, Wayne Stewart. And he filled me in on all the particulars, so I knew where it was. And, you know, I didn't have to have a video or a film to see it. He filled me in. I thought it maybe went into the end zone and he picked it up, but that didn't happen. So, and it was 5 years before I saw that video.
Wow. Well, Dr. O'Neill, I'm a real fan of the movie Back to the Future. There are times when I'm fascinated with the idea. It's just a fantasy, but to go back in time and see what it was like in certain situations would be very, very interesting to me. So when we come back and talk with Dr. Steve O'Neill a little bit more, we're going to learn what it was like to be a rookie on the 1969 New York Jets when that team was on the top of the world, defending Super Bowl champions. And Joe Namath, Broadway Joe, was their quarterback. We'll talk with Dr. O'Neill about that when we continue on
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugar Land, Sienna, Greatwood, Longmeadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
Back for more on our Vype, FortBend.com halftime show, talking with Steve O'Neill, the all-time record holder for the longest punt in professional football, or I guess football at any level, 98 yards. And Steve, can I call you Steve?
Sure.
Well, I never worked in a television market where I covered pro football a lot, but I sometimes went to training camps. So I covered enough of pro football camps and saw enough pro practices that I realized there's a pecking order. And I know sometimes when you're the punter, especially when you're a rookie punter, you may have a lot of teammates and, yeah, we're brothers and everything, but sometimes nobody talks to the punter. What was it like way back then in 1969? Did you have teammates that wouldn't give you the time of day?
Well, in trying to make the team, I was basically trying to beat out the starting punter for probably 7 or 8 years, maybe even 10 years. And he had come back off knee surgery, but he was still hitting the ball well. But I think the key was they were looking for a new punter, and it's kind of that salary cap thing. If they can find somebody who makes less money or they can pay less money to, that's what they'll do. And they were looking, and I was at the right place, right time, and doing well. So they gave me a shot of the last 2 games, and I punted well in those 2 games in preseason, so I made the team.
And Jim Turner was the place kicker, right?
That's right.
Usually the punter and the place kicker have to work together. They help each other do their drills and so forth. So did you get to know him very well?
Yeah, pretty well. He took good care of me, and I asked him what they were doing. They cut Curly Johnson with 2 games left, and I said, what's the deal? What are they doing here? And he told me, he said, well, they're going to give you a shot, and if you do well, you'll stay. If you don't, they'll bring him back. So the rest is history.
And speaking of history, you can't tell the history of professional football, especially how the AFL grew and got to a competitive level where the NFL really had no trouble, or they had no choice, really, but to merge. And really, neither side, I don't think, could have survived in the battle for players and so things like that. And really what got the AFL up to that next final level was Broadway Joe Namath when they drafted him, I believe, in 1966. And Joe was, I don't know how you describe the phenomenon that he was. What was it like to be around a superstar? It wasn't just that he was a fascinating and winning football player, but just the persona. What can you tell us about Joe?
Joe was easygoing. He was very confident. He knew his abilities. He was good for other players because he instilled confidence in them. And he always had good things to say to build your confidence level. And he and I shared the same coach in college. My coach was Gene Stallings, and Stallings went with Bear Bryant to Alabama. So we had a little bit in common there, and we visited about that, and it was kind of fun talking to him about his times there. But I saw some film of him when he played quarterback at Alabama, and I could see him run to the line and jump and pass. To complete the pass, he just jumped up and nailed his receiver. And I said, gee, he's quite adept at jumping. And somebody told me that he could just dunk a ball behind his head when he was in high school. So pretty impressive. He was a great athlete.
Yes, I've heard quite a few stories like that. But, of course, you watch NFL Network, and there are many different documentaries about his playing days. And every night was, it sounds like every night was a wild party. Did you ever get invited to those? Did you have to reluctantly turn them down? Did you ever go to something and say, maybe a Texas boy from Hearn doesn't belong here? How did that go?
Well, I remember one party, and we spent a little bit of time there, but it really wasn't our pleasure, so we didn't stay very long. Namath was, I don't even think he was there at the time, but Namath was an easygoing guy. I think he got in trouble. They talked about how dumb he was, but he was smart. I think it was just one of those things the press laid on him, and they were totally in error. He was a very intelligent guy, and his things that got him in trouble were probably at one point alcohol, and I'm sure he knows that. And I know years later he got away from alcohol, and I'm not sure where he stands now. But he was a really good guy, took great care of me, and we shared some good times because we had coaches who we shared in common.
From what I have heard about his life story, he is many years sober. So I know it was a very, very difficult thing for him, just as it was for former Oilers quarterback Dan Pastorini, who is also many years sober now. So congratulations to them. It can be a terrible addiction to deal with, but Joe settled down finally. And I'm going to come back to the idea of settling down in a moment, but you mentioned Gene Stallings and being at Texas A&M. I believe the first college football game that I specifically recall seeing, my parents were so happy when Gene Stallings and the Aggies beat Bear Bryant's Alabama Crimson Tide in the Cotton Bowl, and you were a part of that team. And I believe it was January of '67, or was it the '67 season, and did you win on New Year's Day of '68?
'67 season, and we won in '68. That was a fun game. We weren't even supposed to be there that season. We lost our first 4 games, and we won the 5th game on the last play of the game against Texas Tech, and managed to finish out the season and then go up against Alabama, and that was a great game too. I think we won 20-16. And kind of a little bit of a cold day, cold and wet. Wasn't too bad for January in Texas, but we were ready and they were ready, so it was a battle all the way to the end.
And Bear Bryant actually picked up Gene Stallings, his former assistant. He was so proud that his former assistant had beaten him, and that was a great, great scene. Now back to the idea of settling down. You found your bride, Judy, in New York City, but you had both gone to high school in Hearn, and you never dated when you were at Hearn High School north of College Station. How did it come about that you ended up getting married and staying married all these years?
Well, it's kind of funny. I was in New York. I was headed out the door to go into the city, and I got this phone call. I answered, and she said, "Steve, this is Judy." I said, "Judy who?" Because we hadn't seen each other but a couple of times in 4 years. And so I said, "Well, I'm coming into the city. I'll come by and pick you up." So we actually went to Broadway Joe's that night. It was a pretty slow night there, so we had dinner and a soda. And there we went from there to meet my roommates at another establishment in New York. And then I took her home, just kind of gave her a little kiss, and that turned the page, and it's been that way ever since.
That's wonderful, and you have 2 beautiful grown daughters, and I've heard about them. And so, you kind of owe a lot of that to football, You never would have been in New York City and met her more than likely, or at least gotten reacquainted with her if that hadn't happened the way that it did. So I guess you have a lot to be thankful for. We do, and God has a way of manipulating our place and our time, and we kind of agree that was a God-given deal there. We both loved it. And by the way, the anniversary of Steve O'Neill's record 98-yard punt is coming up on Wednesday, September the 21st, when he booted that ball 98 yards. He only played 4 years in the NFL, I believe. Is that correct? I played 5 years, got credit for 6. I had an injury my last season, and was coming in off knee surgery and got injured in the last preseason game. They don't usually keep you around in that situation, so I only needed 10 weeks to graduate from dental school, so I went back and finished, and rest is history. People like you and me who are old-timers, we remember Howard Cosell, and Howard Cosell has often talked about your punt as if he was there. Do you know if he was there, and did Howard Cosell ever talk to you? Yeah, Howard traveled with us to a number of games that season. I really didn't talk to him other than one time when we were both in I guess a situation similar to this, where they were interviewing, and it was about 3 of us, and Howard Cosell was one of the 3, so got a little bit of talk time with him then, and that was about it. He was on our sideline a few times, but you're in a game, you don't pay much attention to what he's doing. Well, I have a Howard anecdote I'm going to share with you later when we're done with this interview, but I also wanted to ask you one final question. Your career kind of started accidentally when you were a track and field athlete at Hearn High School. How did that happen? And the reason I'm asking with great interest is Lee Johnson, who was my high school teammate with McCullough, which later became the Woodlands High School. He was a soccer player in high school, and at that point, soccer was just a club sport. The UIL did not yet sanction soccer. And one time, he was invited over to our football practice field, and they said, go ahead and kick this football, see what happens. And, of course, he bombed it, about 3/4 of the way down the field, and then he played 18 and a half seasons in the NFL. But how did your career as a punter get started?
Well, when I was in high school, I was a sophomore, and we used to go out and everybody would get a ball and kick it back and forth. Well, I realized then I could kick a football, and I was on the B team that year, and the coach kept 2 of the players for the A game, pulled them out, so we needed a punter because one of those players was the punter for the B team. Well, we needed a punter, and the coach said, who wants to punt? I said, I will. I don't know why I volunteered, but I did. And I had about 4 punts in that game for 46 yards. And from then on, I was a punter. And I didn't get to punt frequently. I punted one time that year. He already had, they've got a pecking order. And he stayed with his seniors. And we had another guy who was, they were twins. One of them was the coach's, both of them were the coach's sons. And he was a good punter too, so there wasn't any reason to change. He just told me punt if the Jim Batson was the other punter, and he would come to me and say, you punt, I'm tired. So that's kind of the way we worked it. And then he got injured with about 4 games of the season left, and I finished the season and did really well, and in bad conditions at that. So from then, I was known as a punter, and that carried over to Texas A&M. And when I was at A&M, they heard I could punt, so Stallings sent word to the track coach to tell me to come talk to him. Well, I didn't make it out there the first day, and the second day I went out, and oh my God, he kind of chewed me out for being late. Well, he said, how would you like to punt for Texas A&M? I said, I think I enjoy that. And he said, turned to his assistant head coach, and he said, take him out. If he can punt, come get me. So I went out, and I was barefooted. I didn't have any football shoes, so I was kicking barefooted. Had maybe a track shoe on my plant foot. And did well. It's a real windy day, and I did well certainly with the wind, but I also did fairly well at times against the wind. And he came up afterwards and asked me if I'd come out for, finish spring training with him and then come out the next season and try out. Well, they had a punter that year, so I ended up being a redshirt. And after that, I was the starting punter for 3 seasons.
Outstanding. Well, Steve O'Neill, maybe what I ought to do is pre-record a baseball rain delay interview with you, because I think we could go on. But the third quarter is coming soon. We really appreciate you being our guest, and those are some great, great stories.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
All right. We'll be back with more on VypeFortBend.com right after this.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds up after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
What is Vype Live? Vype Live is one of the largest and most
We're on the Next Level Urgent Care halftime show, and it's a great treat to get to talk to Gary Pettis, the third base coach for the Astros. And Coach Pettis, you know, I feel so good about you being back. I know the team missed you very much. And how is everything for you day to day after getting those health struggles behind you?
Oh, no, everything's going well. No problems right now. I feel good. Back to baseball as usual, which is always where I wanted to be. I did miss it while I was out, but I'm here now and enjoying it.
You know, this work that I do in the broadcasting, I see all these young athletes all with hopes and dreams, and I'm old enough to remember you as a player. Do you have any advice that you would give to today's high school athletes?
Well, I think one of the biggest things that I would like them to understand is that in anything, whether it's sports, school, work, whether you're cooking, you know, you may burn something at some point. Failure is inevitable, and it's going to happen at some point. But don't let that be the determining factor of why you stop doing something. Remember all of the good times, because you have to be able to remember the good and the bad. Not only the good, you have to accept whatever comes your way and just never give up.
Especially baseball and softball. I mean, you can be a great player and fail most of the time, at least when you're up there batting and so forth. And was there any particular coach that you remember when you were still in your teens who inspired you and got you into the work ethic that it was going to take to have such a long career as a player and a coach?
Well, yeah, there is one. His name is Jesse Wyatt. He was my Little League and Babe Ruth League coach. Tom Parrish, who was my junior college coach. And then once I got into professional baseball, Jimmy Reese, longtime Angel hero, fungo hitter. He was one of the other guys that always instilled confidence in me, even when it may have appeared that I was feeling a little bit down. But, you know, when you play so many games, and again, as you mentioned earlier, the best fails 70% of the time. It's easy to have a day where you don't feel so good about what goes on, but you always have the next day to look forward to.
And as a third base coach, you've had so many seasons doing that kind of thing. And still, I know that, I guess it's kind of like an offensive lineman in football. He never gets noticed unless he false starts at the wrong time. And the third base coach, they don't say, he did a great job sending that runner who scored home. They will second guess you even after you did it right about 1,000 times in a row. How do you handle that?
I don't even pay attention to it. I know that I'm trying to do what's best for our team, and if it works out, great, and if it doesn't, then the next time I hope it does. So any time that you coach third base, some people are going to like what you do and some people aren't. But my thing is I'm responsible and reliable to my team, and I can't get caught up into what someone thinks I should do or shouldn't do.
We're with Gary Pettis, Astros third base coach, and one more question I want to ask you. You've been around the game for such a long time. It's amazing how long this team has been a contender. I mean, just a good team year in and year out, and it's now 6 years in a row. They appear to have several good years ahead of them. Have you ever seen a comparable team that has been as good so consistently for such a long stretch?
Well, before I came here, I was with the Texas Rangers, and I was there for 8 years, and we had a run that was pretty good as well. So I've been fortunate to be involved with two teams that had playoff aspirations year in and year out and actually lived up to it. So I consider myself lucky.
All right, Gary Pettis, God bless. I know God answers prayer, and that's why you're at Minute Maid Park when you need to be, and we're glad you joined us on our show.
Oh, thanks for having me.
All right, we'll continue on VypeFortBend.com. That's Gary Pettis. We are your broadcast home for Fort Bend County High School sports. This is the Next Level Urgent Care halftime show.
This year's king is Anthony Garza.
How about that, everybody? Anthony Garza plays football, and he's the homecoming king. And moments before Anthony Garza was named homecoming king for Dulles, Charlotte Chang was named the queen. So, by the way, look how tiny Charlotte is. You know, she's so petite, and Anthony Garza he's a big dude.
Well, he's already a big fella, and he's got all that gear on too, which makes it even more.
All right, so we really appreciate you sticking with us through the Next Level Urgent Care halftime show. We thank Gary Pettis for joining us, and also Steve O'Neill, the Dr. Steve O'Neill, who booted the 98-yard punt for the New York Jets back in 1969. He was out of Hearn High School and played his college ball at Texas A&M. And we have some scores for you here, Patrick, as both teams have returned. No, actually,
well,
Travis has returned, but Dulles is still inside their inflatable tunnel.
Well,
here are some scores for you.
It's actually a ship.
Oh, it's a ship.
Well, it's an
inflatable ship, yes.
You're
right.
Okay, let's get those scores.
I sit corrected, yes. Okay, Katy Pato beat Maid Creek 42-17. That was last night, I believe. In the game that you described on VypeFortBend.com, it was Clements with a rousing comeback, 26-21. They beat Elkins. George Ranch, meanwhile, was beating the Austin Bulldogs 23-13. So Austin, after winning its first two games, is now at 2-2 and 0-2 in their district games. Katy beat Morton Ranch, or is defeating Morton Ranch, I think, but not by as much as you would think. With 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, Katy 34 and the Morton Ranch Mavericks 20. A game a lot of people are keeping a close eye on. Foster shutting out Angleton at halftime, 21-0. So Foster may be as good a Division I Class 5A team as we have anywhere in this part of Texas. We'll see how far they can go. Magnolia West, unfortunately, is thrashing Kempner. It's 37-3 at the half. And Brookshire Royal leading Willow Ridge 20-14 with 4:25 to go in the first half. And we are ready to begin the second half here at Mercer Stadium.
Set to kick for the Viking.
Tim Cutts is going to tick off for the Vikings, who lead it by a score of 10-8.
Number 12, Jaden McCoy. Number 13, Jalen Perry.
And yes, the Travis Tigers do have 8 points. They went for a 2-point conversion on their touchdown and got it. So it's a kind of an unorthodox score here.
It's a little bit of a short kick into the wind, and coming up is Jalen Perry to grab it and go, and he gets across the 30 to the 32.
You know, he came a long way for that ball, and it's a better play than you actually think it is. He was going for trying to gather that ball in, and he's able to do it and get his team in pretty good field position to start the second half.
And I got to correct myself. It was Jaden McCoy who returned the kick, and Luke Smith made the tackle for the Vikings. So 1st and 10 for Travis, trailing 10-8. And it looks like they've got a 4 wide receiver set. And a low snap. Sissom goes down to get it, throws down the near side, deep and over the head of Sims, and it would have been out of bounds. And there's a Dulles cheerleader just petrified. She thought she was about to get run over by Sims, but he dodged her, fortunately.
They got a flag down, the back judge.
Oh.
I'm not sure what that means.
Something
what is
going
that?
On between a receiver and a defensive
what is that
back.
Signal? It's a arm, hand across the chest. What do you call that signal?
I wish I knew, and I wish that Bill Stevens' microphone was working.
Yeah, I've seen that signal before, but it's only a 5-yard penalty. Maybe too many men on the field? I'm not sure.
Possibly a substitution infraction.
Yeah.
1st and 5, Sissom to throw again. Flushed over to the right, looking down the field, throws, and he's got a completion and a first down as he delivers to Dwayne Chappelle in Dulles territory at the 48.
That was an impressive pass on the run, and Chappelle did a really nice job of finding the gap in there. And it's a first down for the Tigers, and that's the way they wanted to start this half.
15-yard pickup on that pass play from Sissom to Chappelle. And there's a draw play. There goes Horace, gets through the first wave of tacklers, and he carries it for 8 yards. And he's tripped up. He would have gone a lot farther if Maxwell Cotton had not tripped him up.
That looked like one of the running plays early on in the game, and they hadn't had one of those for a while.
They are running plays quickly on 2nd and 2. Sissom throwing it deep. He's got a wide open receiver. It is a touchdown to Brent Johnson. And Travis takes only a minute and 10 seconds to drive down the field and go ahead with that touchdown. That makes it 14-10. We'll see what they do on the extra point.
Roger, I'm sorry I kind of said something in the middle of that play, but how open was he? He like about 10 yards open on that play. There must have been had to have been a busted coverage. The only
didn't
question
Steve
was,
Martin do a movie called The Lonely Guy a long time ago? He was so open, he was lonely. Now Sissom, they are going to go for 2. He drops back, throws a slant, incomplete, short of the target Sims, who was diving in front of Ofoma. That play really didn't have a chance. And it's 14-10. Travis back on top. We'll take a break and be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugar Land, Sienna, Greatwood, Longmeadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Leo Esteban to kick off for Travis after the Tigers have regained the lead. They're up 14-10. His kick is in the air. It's got wind behind it. It goes halfway deep into the end zone, and Dulles will not return it. There to act like he was going to return it was
Esteban's kick.
Maxwell Cotton.
Vikings take over at the 25-yard line. First down.
You know, there was a time, Patrick, when if a kickoff went into the end zone, it was a live ball. And if you were the return team, if you didn't want to bring it out, you had to down it.
yeah, you had to get on a knee, right?
Take a knee or at least indicate to the official in some way.
It seems like that they should still have that. You just add a little excitement.
They should, but they don't. There goes Truscott running left on the misdirection play, and Travis reads it perfectly. Oh, my goodness. Temi Osanike saw it all the way.
Carter Truscott, the Viking ball carrier.
Also there.
Tigers number 11. Timmy.
Who was the other guy?
And number 12, Jaden McCoy on the tackle. Loss of 2 on the play.
I didn't catch the other guy, but definitely Osanike was there first.
I think he mentioned McCoy. Jaden McCoy might have been in on that play. I don't remember seeing 12, but could have been 11 and 12 over there.
By the way, I'm looking
side.
at Osanike. He's kind of stretching his legs like he's cramping up slightly, but not enough to come off the field. So after that loss of 1, he got that tackle for loss. It's 2nd and 11 for Dulles, and now the Vikings have to call a timeout. You don't like to burn those unnecessarily. We'll be back.
Ever take your hands off the wheel and your auto starts veering left or right? That's your vehicle's way of saying, hey, I'm out of alignment and you're ruining the tires. First Tire and Automotive, 4 convenient locations. Make sure you won't be driving crooked in the carpool lanes. Take advantage of free standard alignment with purchase of 4 tires and 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
On the scoreboards. If you want to keep your eyes on the scoreboard and guess which one the ball is under.
You know, they have this little animation on the scoreboard, Patrick, where you watch 3 helmets to try and determine which one has the football under it or something like that. When have you ever seen that done where it's not sponsored by somebody? It should be sponsored by Goya Beans or something. It's just a generic amusement. On 2nd and 12, Kason Bird throws quickly into the flat on the right side and a gain to the 30. That's a 6-yard pickup as he delivered it to Carter Truscott. And he all of a sudden had a bunch of Travis Tigers jumping all over him.
I think
like Nicholas Lara.
Part of the strategy, obviously, for the Tigers tonight is keeping an eye on number 4, and they've done so far a pretty good job of containing Truscott.
3rd down and 5. Dulles taking his time. They go from left to right here in this third quarter. They are down for the second time in the game. Bird takes the snap, throws to a receiver, Truscott, who had not turned around for the ball. He was running along the numbers down the field, and the pass falls incomplete. And Dulles sends out the punting unit.
Truscott was running a streak, and the quarterback Bird was throwing like a hook pattern or down and in, and they were on the same page on that play. Tigers are going to get the ball back with a 4-point lead.
Cuts to punt, and Jaden McCoy is back to receive it. He's standing on the far hash mark at the 38 of Travis. And there was movement in the line. One of the Travis Tigers saw it and said, "Throw the flag, ref." And he did.
About 3 or 4 of them came in there. On a play like that, I always wondered why every single referee needs to throw the flag. Is that part of their job, or? I guess they have to, but it's just it
well,
like
they just want to leave no doubt. It's like a unanimous jury verdict.
Exactly.
Good snap to Cuts. Gets his foot into it, kicking into the wind. McCoy's going to leave it alone. It bounces over the 50 and keeps on going inside the 40 to the 38, and that's where the Dulles Vikings kill it. And I think there was a very, very small argument. They'll let it go, but so you had Brent Johnson and Ricky Lang. No, I'm sorry. You had Victor Adirunboy and Marvin Thomas both wanted to down the punt, but one of them picked it up before the other guy did.
Well, one thing, McCoy did a good job for Travis, waving his arms and hollering to get his guys away from the ball, and it ended up taking a pretty good role for the Vikings.
Ball at the 39-yard line officially of Travis, and they lead 14-10. System to pass on first down. Near sideline, lofts it up, looking for Sims, but he's well covered by Ofoma, and the ball was overthrown a bit anyway.
Systems pass.
Do you get the feeling that Travis is trying to take advantage of the wind here in the third quarter? They've thrown a couple of long passes, including the touchdown pass.
For Robert Sims.
And like you said, that pass was just a bit overthrown. Unable to catch up to it with Sims there.
2nd and 10. System takes the snap, hands it off to Horace up the middle. Hit near the line of scrimmage, but powerfully moving and picking up almost 5 as he got it out to about the 44. It's going to be 3rd down and a long 5 from right there.
Your ball carrier, number 24, Tigiernon Horace, brought down by the Vikings, number 35, Hezekiah Smith. 3rd down.
System drops back, gets rid of it quickly over Sims's head. It just airmailed it.
Incomplete.
And no chance for Sims to even jump. And right there on defense was Adrian Fan.
Okay, Roger, is it just me, or is this the one night out of many where it's hard to kind of see the field because we got people standing up in front of us?
Yes, people are. It's like being at an Aggie game. They're standing in their seats.
Every once in a while, they're going for it, Roger.
4th down, going for it, and a quick pass. I think it's short, about a 4.5-yard pitch and catch as System delivered it to Nifemi Rifai, but they needed 5. 4.5 will not feed the Bulldog, or the Tiger in this case.
Well, I'm sorry to be critical, but they might have it. Let's see.
No, they don't have it.
Well, I think they're a little short. Yeah,
I'll bet you dinner at BJ's Brew House that they do not have it.
Yeah, I thought they were a full yard short, but it's probably going to be more like a half a yard. But
nevertheless, that Pizookie at BJ's is going to taste delicious.
Hey, I never shook on that yet. But with the wind at your back, it seems like you ought to just punt that thing out of there. And Why give the Vikings momentum here? I'm just not sure why you do that.
The ball is turned over on downs. Vikings, first down.
And the Dulles Vikings have it back. Their defense has stood strong. They've got great field position at the 49 of Travis, and they send out the offense. And, I think Dulles would probably, the style of play that they have now, they'd probably be happy if they could get to the fourth quarter down by no more than 4.
Thank you, Ms. Mahalis.
But why settle for that? You got 8:15 to go in the quarter. Sure, you're going into the wind, but you don't depend on the deep pass that much anyway.
Right.
And you got momentum. You got good field position. Case and Bird, toss sweep. There goes Hodges, and he gets through the interior lineman, and then the linebackers bottle him up, but after he picks up 6 yards.
He had a nice hole that time.
Cole Hodges, the Viking ball carrier.
Classic Hodges as he hit the hole hard.
And Tigers number 23.
Able to pick up 6 yards, as Roger said.
I would say, I was about to say 7, but yeah, I think 6 is right.
You were right the first time.
I was right the first time. Why am I arguing with myself? I don't know why I'm doing that. There goes Hodges to the left on 2nd and 4. Takes on a tackler, gets to the 40. They push him back. He's got 3 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 1. And Dulles bleeding clock now as we move underneath 7.5 minutes to go in the third.
Davis Ochoa.
What's really good, Roger, for this game tonight is it's a close game, very competitive. These are the kind of games you just love to watch and be part of.
Jarrett Mitchell wide to the right, but they stick with the running game, and up the middle they go. Nice run for another first down. Adi Samazi, they've been using him a little more sparingly than the last game we saw with Dulles, but he's got fresh legs, and he carries that football for a gain of, I think, about 15 on that one. Got it to the 29. It's 1st and 10. Think of First Tyrant Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttyrantauto.com. By the way, at the south end of Mercer Stadium, Patrick's favorite ritual, cheerleaders from both sides just being chummy with each other. Case and Bird, play fake, looking for an open man, incomplete as he tried to get it to Brent Johnson.
Or was that at a run boy?
You're right. It's at a run boy.
He was open, just overshot him.
And he was wide open, too.
He's 5 yards open. And the Dulles fans in front of us were chomping at the bit for a touchdown catch there. And
I better stand up. I don't want to miss anything.
It's a good idea.
Because if I miss it, then the fans might miss it. The listening fans. Cole Hodges going around the right side, breaks the edge. Outside the numbers, 10, 5, touchdown, Cole Hodges. Oh, the Dulles offensive line blocked that perfectly. They just shut down the Travis defense, and Dulles, going into the wind, has retaken the lead. It is 16-14, and they will send out Mr. Cutts to try and expand their lead to 17-14 with 6:18 to go in the third.
Tim Coots for the point after touchdown kick.
Kick is in the air, and it is good. 17-14. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New gigabit extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
Cuts to kick off. How about a surprise onside here, Patrick? Well, it is one of those pop-up kicks. Comes down near the 25, and it will be returned by Travis. About a 5-yard run back for Sims. They throw him out of bounds on the far sideline. And how will the Tigers respond? We've had several lead changes in this game.
Yeah, it was 8.
The Tigers start at the 31-yard
8-0, 8-7, 10-8.
There's your first lead change.
14-10.
There's another.
And then you're 17.
There you go. 3 lead changes already.
You still have plenty of time.
Drew Sissom straight up the middle on the handoff as he put it in the belly, I think, of Horace, but it might have been Jacob Woods.
Tiger ball carrier.
Or somebody else.
Number 24, Sigarnin Horace, stopped by the Vikings, number 2.
It was Horace after all. Yeah, I keep talking myself out of stuff.
Yep.
Just a 2-yard pickup. 2nd and 8. You'd think Travis might throw deep with the wind at their back while they still have that. But there's a quick little stop route pass and a short completion. I believe that's Lang. No, it's not. It's not Lang. It's Cooper Atkins. And it's a pickup of about 6. 3rd down and a long 3.
Viking number 5, Gio Navarrete on the tackle. 3rd down.
Blitz look by Dulles. Here they come. And they get Horace for no gain, if not a loss of a yard. A 2-man gang. That was Maxwell Cotton and Hezekiah Smith.
Stopped by the Vikings, number 2, Maxwell Cotton. And Hezekiah Smith, number 35.
By the way,
brings up 4th down.
I'll bet you've heard this. You watch some college football, don't you?
We're not making another bet, are we?
No, it's not a bet.
Okay.
It's just, have you heard Steve Sarkisian, the Longhorns coach, say, sometimes it's good if a possession ends with a kick.
Well,
he doesn't want to turn it over, so he thinks a punt is not a bad thing. And they line up in the spread formation, but Drew Sissom, instead of passing, punts the ball down the field. It comes dead at the 30-yard line, so that's 34-yard punt with no return. And with 4:17 to go in the 3rd, Dulles gets it back, leading 17-14.
And that is it's not the end of the world, like you said, kicking it at the end of a series. As you said, it's better than turning the ball over.
Well, logically, I agree, but it just seems like you're settling. You ought to say we want to score on every possession unless we're just running out the clock.
Well, that's a given, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's not what he said. He said sometimes a possession ends with a kick, and it's okay. All right, so there was a short run by Adi Samazi, 4 yards straight up the middle against Travis, and the Vikings have a 2nd down and 6. We're under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd.
You know what what you're saying there is the difference between a coach and a broadcaster.
Not necessarily.
I think that's the truth.
And there goes Hodges running right, cuts it up inside the numbers and gets it to the 45 and picks up a 1st down for Dulles. It's a 9-yard run, and that's a 1st down. Think of First Tire and Automotive. For all your car care needs, check them out at firsttireandauto.com. What I'm saying is in the 21st century, there's so many wide open offenses that I hear coaches talking about, we expect to score every time we get the ball and stuff like that.
I've got a rebuttal for you already. Go ahead.
What?
I got a rebut to that already.
Okay. 1st and 10 from the 44. Straight up the middle, short gain, maybe 1 yard, and they gave it to Adi Samazi. So what's your rebuttal?
No, what are you saying? This day and age, 21st century, what were you saying? What were you saying? 21st century. What was your point?
Well, 21st century coaches, especially the ones in college, talk about scoring all the time and not settling for a punt.
Okay, so here's my rebut. Would it have been nice if Travis, for them, if they would have punted instead of going for it on 4th and 5 and falling short and giving the Vikings the ball in excellent field position?
Well, let me think about that, but Cole Hodges just ran for 6 yards over the right side. So it's going to be third down, and the Vikings will need 4, make it 3 to prolong the drive.
So my point is, sometimes, and in this case, that sometime did happen, it would have been okay to punt the ball.
Well, sometimes you have to punt the ball,
Right,
but the mentality...
That's all he's saying. It's not the mentality. He's just saying that sometimes you just got to do it.
I'm referring to the mentality that you should think, we want to score every time we get the ball unless we just choose not to because we're way ahead. There goes a running play off the left side, and I believe they handed it to Samazi again, but he fumbled, and Travis has it.
Okay, Roger.
1:47 left in the third, and Travis has the football trailing 17-14, and they'll get it at their own 49.
We have to continue this.
Do we really?
You're advocating going for it all the time unless you have a big lead. That's exactly what you just said. You should go for it all the time unless you have a big lead.
I didn't say go for it. I say try to score on every drive.
So are you saying that Travis wasn't trying to score?
Drew Sissom is throwing the ball down the near sideline wide open.
Oh, what a
beautiful catch! A diving catch at the 15. Let's let it go.
Yes.
Anyway,
Complete to number 8.
Brent Johnson catches the ball near the sideline, and that's a pickup of, let's see here, 11, 21, 31, and for 35-yard diving catch. And now inside the red zone, Sissom drops back, throws, slant, and he's got his man Sims at the 4. That'll be another first down, 1st and goal from right there. Courageous catch.
Absolutely. They're going hurry up again.
They're on the right hash mark, and they're playing fast. Horace trying to get up the middle, and he's in jail in the backfield and dropped like a sack of rocks. Have I said that twice in this game?
I'm not sure.
Maxwell Cotton.
Tiger number 24.
He's been living in the backfield
He
a
sure
lot.
has. Maxwell's been all over the place. Now we have official timeout.
He doesn't have a silver hammer, but if he did, it came down upon Travis's head.
One of the linemen is down for Travis.
Okay, we'll hope he'll be okay and tell you who he is when we return.
Ever take your hands off the wheel and your auto starts veering left or right? That's your vehicle's way of saying, hey, I'm out of alignment and you're ruining the tires. First Tire and Automotive, 4 convenient locations, make sure you won't be driving crooked in the carpool lanes. Take advantage of free standard alignment with purchase of 4 tires and 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stabenow with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
Equitable Advisors, financial professionals know the path to a fulfilling future begins with getting to know who you are and what matters to you most. At Equitable Advisors, they work with people as individuals. That's how they deliver on their mission, just like Nick Arevalo, CFP. Talk to your local Equitable Advisor financial professional.
Okay, sorry, we had to bail out of that commercial. We will make good on it momentarily. Horace was the player who was cramping up. He walks off the field. Travis will play without him on 2nd down and goal from the 7. Ball on the right hash. And there was movement by Lang, but no flag. And then up the middle, and a touchdown for Travis if it stands. A strong run by Jacob Woods, I think.
It was 27, I believe.
Thank you.
That's your guy.
That Ayodeji Akinrinmadi. Why do I keep thinking he's wearing 23?
And Roger, you had mentioned a little movement in the backfield. Clearly, I saw Lang move. He kind of twitched a little bit, and the Dulles coaching staff was barking at the referee out there for the call, but they did not get it.
You know, Travis has had some great kickers over the years, but tonight they've just kind of abandoned the place kicking.
Yep.
And they go for two all the time.
Yeah, it's been 2-point conversion.
And the ball on the left hash mark. Lang is next to Sissom. Sims, the receiver on the left, but he rolls to the right. Sissom throws, wide open. Lang, touchdown. Not Lang. Atkins,
Sissom's
Cooper
pass
Atkins.
Complete to number 16, Cooper Atkins, for a 2-point conversion.
That was a nice play. They had a bunch of guys going inside. He flared to the corner, and it was wide open.
Okay, here you go, Nick and the Equitable.
Equitable Advisors, financial professionals know the path to a fulfilling future begins with getting to know who you are and what matters to you most. At Equitable Advisors, they work with people as individuals. That's how they deliver on their mission, just like Nick Arevalo, CFP. Talk to your local Equitable Advisor financial professional or visit nickarevalo.com. That's NICKAREVALO.com. Together, you and my friend Nick can plan a future that reflects all of who you are. Equitable Advisors, LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA SIPC.
Leo Esteban to kick.
Carter Truscott, number 4.
There it goes, and will it be returnable? No. Maxwell Cotton watches it bounce across the end line, and with 43.8 seconds to go in quarter number 3, Travis is back on top, 22-17.
Roger, was that spectacular catch? That was Brent Johnson,
It
correct?
was, yes.
That was the best catch of the year so far. A diving catch along the left sideline. I'm not sure how he caught it, actually. He just laid out, got the hands on it, and he was able to. A lot of times the ball jars loose when you hit the ground, but he rolled himself over and did a great job corralling that ball.
He showed no regard for his safety. And there's a run off the left side by Dulles, keeping it simple. Travion Richard carries for 3. Down in the middle of that scrum for Travis. Coming away as the tackler is Tadarian Smith.
Will they run another play here? The play clock indicates they do not have to run this play into the wind.
It's real on the bubble, isn't it?
Yeah. It's about a 4-second differential, I believe.
I think
4 on the play.
I think they're going to run one.
Yep, looks like it.
Okay. 2nd down and 6. Trying to run right, and nothing there for Shamazi. And that'll end the quarter. Loss of 1 on that play, so it'll be 3rd and 7 when we come back. Travis leading Dulles 22-17 after 3.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
The Travis Tigers are in a position to win their first game of the season after losing 3. Dulles has it, 3rd and 7. Cason Bird pumps short, throws far sideline, and just past the outstretched hands of Carter Truscott. Incomplete, and it's time for Dulles to punt.
So they immediately go deep on with the wind to their back, and about a yard overthrown. Truscott just could not quite catch up to it. And Travis is going to get the ball back with a 5-point lead, barring a turnover.
And we'll see what kind of punt Cuts can come up with. He's standing on his 15. The line of scrimmage is the 29. That's pretty good. Fair catch called for and made at the 34 in the arms of Jaden McCoy.
At the 34-yard line, where the Tigers will take over first down.
He had that fair catch signal up pretty quick. I think he was very content with just fielding that ball, and it's pretty good field position for the Tigers at their own 34.
37-yard punt, no return. And how will the Dulles defense respond? Dulles has the wind at its back, but they're trailing by 5. 3-man defensive front. Sissom is going to throw. Here comes the blitz. And he gets it to Lang, slips one tackle, keeps going, takes it to the 39. It's a gain of 5.
Sissom's pass complete to
And that's really a late flag coming in. Somebody's helmet came off.
Jarrett Mitchell with the stop.
And we might have had a Dulles Viking ripping a Travis Tigers helmet off. And it was Dwayne Chappelle of Travis who left the field because his helmet came off.
Yeah. He was buttoned.
But did someone take it off?
It's hard to know, but the flag came out right kind of where the tackle was, so it's hard to know for sure here.
And there was some serious air under that flag. It looked like it was at least 40 feet in the air.
It's a personal foul. Did they call targeting? I think
Maybe they did, but unfortunately, Bill Stevens, our referee, does not have a working mic.
Roger, the first night we were here, opening night, the microphone was perfect.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, we've had kind of hit and miss.
Ball at the 46 of Dulles. Sissom's going to throw again over the middle. Got his man. Sliding catch at the 28 and a first down for Dwayne Chappelle.
Quarterback Sissom's pass complete to number 9, Dwayne Chappelle.
Wasn't he the guy who had his helmet off?
Tigers.
He
just
got what?
Prior to that, didn't he have his helmet off on the play before that?
You know what? I think he might have, but if
I thought you were supposed to be in.
If it happened as a dead ball foul, then maybe it's no big deal.
Okay, that
Lang carried for Travis. I think he was bottled up at the line of scrimmage. They pulled the ball out of his hands, but the whistle had blown. So nothing doing there.
The Tigers have passed the ball into the wind here a couple of times, maybe throwing the Vikings off a little bit.
It ends up 2-yard gain by Lang at 2nd and 8. Sissom to throw, looks left, pump short, throws for Sims, and it's a beautiful catch. He falls down at the 4. Oh, he was twisting and reached back beyond the crown of his helmet and pulled it in. It's 1st and goal at the 4.
You called it right, Roger, and that's the second unbelievable catch for the Tigers, and they're at the 4-yard line now.
Trying to make it a 2-score game for the first time, and now we have a flag. Got to be some movement by Travis, so instead of 1st and goal at the 4, it'll be 1st and goal at the 9. Indeed, it's a false start.
Legal procedure against the Tigers.
One of the linemen moved, but as I watched the play, I wasn't sure he was actually in his stance before he moved there. He's allowed to move a little bit prior to getting into his 3-point stance or whatever. But anyway, it's a marker against the Travis Tigers. It'll be 1st and goal now from the 9 instead of the 4.
Dulles needs to come up with a big defensive play. They don't play well from behind by 2 scores. Maybe 1 would be okay. Lang and Akinran Madi are the running backs, but before they can do anything, another whistle before the snap. Looks like another false start and another backup, so it'll be 1st and goal at the 14.
One of the Viking defenders sort of ran to the line of scrimmage, not over the line of scrimmage, but to the line of scrimmage, and the offensive tackle flinched on that, and all of a sudden they're back at the 14-yard line. And Roger, they have not kicked an extra point tonight, so a field goal doesn't seem to be an option for them.
Does not
in this situation.
That's a great point. Sissom takes the snap, options, flips it out to Akinran Madi, cuts back. He's got daylight inside the 10, still going, fighting through tacklers, and doesn't go down till he gets to about the 3.
That was a beautiful move, wasn't it, Roger?
Yes, it was, and it'll go down as rushing yards because basically it was like the option pitch.
Yep.
They mark him down at the 5. And it is 2nd and goal from there. Sissom rolls to his right, cuts up, and he's going to run it. He's hit hard, and he's down at the 2.
Did it look like he was going to score on that, Roger? But those Viking defenders just put a vice on him there at the 2 to
I think
keep him out of the end zone.
He was convinced he was going in, but the hole closed up quickly.
Sure did.
3rd and goal at the 3. Not the 2, the 3.
Now Travis is huddling.
They are. They're thinking about it.
This is not a
They're
common
thinking
occurrence.
and thinking and thinking.
You got to believe they got 2 plays here based on they're not kicking, so let's see what they come up with.
Dulles defense has played a lot of snaps. Do they have what it takes? Bunch formation. Sims is the wide receiver way out to the left, and we have another flag.
I think it's delay of game.
Delay
Roger.
of game. How could that happen?
Well,
in the name of Susan Lucci, this can't be happening.
I think because they huddled up, they were off kilter a little bit because they normally don't huddle up. That's the 3rd penalty they've had here since it's been 1st and goal from the 4.
I guess I didn't realize how right I was when I said they were thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking, and they thought themselves into a delay of game.
Right.
Okay, here we go. 3rd down and goal from the 9. Sissom gonna throw for Sims on a slant, and it's incomplete. No flag. And it's going to be 4th down. Does Travis dare try to kick something?
Well, it's hard to imagine if they're not even kicking extra points that they would kick a field goal, but they're going to try.
They're bringing the
Roger,
kicking team on.
What about 4 or 5 of the Travis coaches stormed about 3-4 yards onto the field, begging for that defensive interference call. I didn't really see it from here, but they're a lot closer. They're going to try for it.
I think it was a good non-call, and now it's Anthony Rivera to kick a field goal of 25 yards. If he makes it, it's an 8-point game, but still a 1-score game out of the hold of Brett Garcia. And the kick looks good. It is good.
Wow.
That makes me wonder why they haven't been kicking extra points.
That's right. Hey, give credit to Brett Garcia on a low snap. He was able to get it down.
25-17.
Yep.
Hey, we got a good game going here.
Yes.
We might have overtime. We'll be back.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugar Land, Sienna, Greatwood, Long Meadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
We see all you do to get work done, whether it's keeping your office clean or redesigning your space for 3 or 300. Our business is to keep business going. Buy online and pick up in store or get free next business day shipping at Office Depot, Office Max, and OfficeDepot.com.
Kick for the Tigers, number 82, Leo Esteban.
We thank the folks at Office Depot, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land, taking care of business every day so we can bring you Fort Bend County sports every week. It's a short kick, and it's going to bounce. The Vikings pick it up inside their 15, and they may have something as Maxwell Cotton is running to the near side and gets near the numbers and all the way to the 31. And he's tripped up there by Travis's Elijah Garner. That's a good place to start for the Vikings, who trail by 8. At no point in this game has it been a 2-score game.
It's a good point. The largest lead of the game has been 8 points. It was 8-0 for a while, and now it's at 25-17. But that kickoff started out as almost a disaster for the Vikings that they let it hit the ground, but he's able to come out of there with a good return.
Kason Bird at quarterback, under center. Drops back, rolls right, throws, and it's over the head of Adirunboy. Incomplete.
He was pretty open there. Not wide open, but he was open for the pass. Just overshot him. He's had that problem a couple times tonight where he's overshot a receiver. Remember that play down there to our right? He had a touchdown pass that he just overshot. I believe it was Adirondboy as well.
Homecoming King Anthony Garza checks into the game for Dulles. 2nd down and 10 after that incomplete pass. Bird tosses it. And it's not going to be much for Travion Richard. Can't get out of the backfield. He was bulldogged, folded, spindled, and mutilated, thrown down by Bren Hudkins.
Travion Richard brought down by the Tigers number 7, Thomason Olarunfemi.
Or was it?
It was.
Thomason Olarunfemi.
It was. And if he wouldn't have kept him wrapped up, there was a lot of room to the left side. And thankfully for the Tigers, he was able to bring him down as Roger described.
It's 3rd and 11. And will they bring the house maybe to try and force an errant throw? Bird looks at the defense, drops back. They protect him. He fires. He's got Truscott. 39-yard line, and that's right at what he needs for a first down, but he may be a yard short. I think he might have stepped out at the 39 when he needed the 40.
Yeah, he's going to be short, and looks like it's going to be 4-down territory here for the Vikings.
And they're going for it. I feel very sure.
Well,
but I do see Case and Bird coming off.
Well,
maybe it's the direct snap power eye.
Yeah.
They're just they're going to do it on 4th and short without Case and Bird. And I believe that's Samazi. They're going to snap it to Samazi. He runs left. He's got the first down across the 40. Keeps driving. Gets to the 44. That'll move the sticks. It's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com.
Tiger number 40.
And how about our Archer Volkswagen key to the game in the 4th quarter might be the advantage of having the wind at your back. And the Dulles Vikings have shown that they can throw a deep ball and let Truscott run under it. We'll see if they go deep later. There's a whistle prior to the snap as Bird kept the ball, and Anthony Oliver, showing great sportsmanship, pats him on the head and says, I'm not going to blow you up on this one because the whistle blew.
Illegal procedure is the call, so a 5-yard penalty for the Vikings.
There's illegal proceduritis plaguing both teams.
In the last couple minutes. I hate to say it, but the clock is starting to be a factor here, under 7 minutes to play, and the Vikings are down by 8.
Yeah, the way they play ball now, I have a feeling if they have a 4th down, they're going to go for it almost no matter what.
Yeah.
Short running play, Samazi again. He kind of burrows under a couple of tacklers, but Oliver puts the clamps on him at the 41. And that's a short gain, 2 yards, and now it's 2nd and 13.
Oliver has played a heck of a game tonight. All over the place on defense. He's going to get a good night's sleep tonight.
And Dulles never wants to be playing behind the sticks, but here they are with a 2nd and 13. Bird drops back, flings it out there for Truscott. He was open, but it's just too far, about 5 yards overthrown. Truscott got hung up with a defender and couldn't run free.
It was, I'm trying to think of what kind of pattern that was. It ends up looking like sort of a flag pattern, which is angling toward the sideline, but it really didn't have much of a chance. The ball was just overthrown. 3rd and 13, you talked about being behind the chains. This is really being behind the chains at an inopportune time.
And on that play before, I think that it's easy for us to say this from up here, but it looks like Bird could have held the ball longer and waited for Truscott to come open. But they're going to take a timeout and talk it over on 3rd and 13. 5:56 to go in the game. Dulles trailing by 8, and they have that big down and distance situation coming up.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Ever take your hands off the wheel and your auto starts veering left or right? That's your vehicle's way of saying, hey, I'm out of alignment and you're ruining the tires. First Tire and Automotive, 4 convenient locations, make sure you won't be driving crooked in the carpool lanes. Take advantage of free standard alignment with purchase of 4 tires and 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. FirstTireandAuto.com.
Sorry to talk over my good friend Mercedes McKay, but Bird throws a down and out to the near side. He finds Truscott, and that's really close, but I think short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and 2 from the 48 of Travis.
And you're right.
This is a huge play.
Yeah, they're going for it. This is pretty much a no-brainer. But when he needs a play, he always seems to turn to Truscott on that pass play. Here they come.
It's going to be a straight snap to Richard. He runs hard over to the right side. First down for Dulles. He keeps on going. The pile moving to the 43, and that'll be a first down. They needed only 2, and they picked up 6.
Yeah, he's a hard guy to bring down, and one of the Travis Tigers got into the backfield. Looked like they might make the play, but he's able to elude that defender, and then he, like you said, he's able to pick up several yards easily for the first down.
We've anticipated these 4th downs, and they've been going for it every time, and if they score a touchdown, they have to go for 2. There's another short run. It's Travion Richard diving forward. Got 3. He's at the 40-yard line. 2nd down and 7.
He's one of the guys that he can't be very fun to tackle. He would be the kind of guy that might hurt you if you tackle him. You're going to feel it.
It hurts to tackle him.
Exactly. And we 4:40 to play here in a ball game.
Bird under center. Fakes the toss sweep. He's going to throw deep near the sideline, and it's incomplete. Well covered. At a run boy. Had a constant companion back there with him, and that was Jacob Woods.
They just haven't been able to connect on that pass play. The similar looking route there, and
Third down.
Just hasn't. The timing's off, or that time was good defense, but just not quite on the same page.
And Adirunboy has a really big body compared to Woods, who was covering him there. If you just kind of throw it to a place where he will position himself and can't let the DB run around from behind. But now you got a 3rd and 7. Bird looks right, now throws left. His guy didn't turn around. He was looking for Marvin Thomas near the 30. And now it's going to be 4th and 7, and this might be the ball game.
Roger, I noticed on that play that Truscott was not in. He was at the sideline, and he's their trusted receiver, it seems to me, and now he's coming back into the ball game on a 4th and 7. Their timing was off again on that play. Whether the guy turned too late or the pass was too early, I'm not sure which, but Truscott's over here to the left, and I would be surprised if they go that way.
All right, so this might be the game hanging in the balance. Dulles, there's another timeout taken. It's taken by Dulles. Okay, we'll take it too. We'll be back.
Equitable Advisors financial professionals know the path to a fulfilling future begins with getting to know who you are and what matters to you most. At Equitable Advisors, they work with people as individuals. That's how they deliver on their mission, just like Nick Arevalo, CFP. Talk to your local Equitable Advisor financial professional or visit nickarevalo.com. That's NICKAREVALO.com. Together, you and my friend Nick can plan a future that reflects all of who you are. Equitable Advisors, LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA SIPC.
Urgent care. Equitable Advisors, and the Neatville Insurance Agency.
All right, Dulles trailing by 8, has a 4th down and 7 at the 40 of Travis with 4.5 minutes to go. Out of the spread, Bird drops back, steps up, throws deep, down the middle, and a run, boy, got it at the 10, first down. The man with the bigger body went up against a smaller DB, in this case, Jaden McCoy, and he got it. First and goal at the 10-yard
line.
Well, you called it earlier, Roger, that his body is so big, and he just basically out-positioned the defender and was able to get that ball at the high point. First and goal.
Now that they can go back to their punishing running game, and there goes Richard. Right side, breaks the tackle, inside the 5. Touchdown, Vikings! And now we prepare for the 2-pointer.
Travion Richard. 10 yards and a Viking touchdown.
10-yard touchdown run by Richard. And now Dulles doesn't have a timeout to talk about this.
Right.
They better get out there in time.
They got to have a play set, which they should.
But even if they get a delay of game penalty, they still have to go for 2.
Exactly. There's no choice here. 25-23 is the score.
And speaking of 25, they're lucky that the play clock has not begun moving.
I agree with you because I was thinking the same thing.
So now it has started. 21 seconds to snap it. They break the huddle. The ball is in the middle of the field, and they have 3 running backs near Case and Bird, but a timeout taken by Travis.
Maybe that's a break for the Vikings.
I love the drama. We'll be back.
Timeout, Travis.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
All right, so during that commercial break, we see the Dulles Vikings have sent Case and Bird to the bench, so they're going to do that direct snap thing. They have often snapped it to Travion Richard, and I was thinking maybe a little Tebow pass to surprise somebody.
Well, we were thinking that maybe they have a play that's off of the play, because every time they direct snap it to Richard, he's just run it right up the middle.
All right.
That's the formation.
We'll see what they do. Richard waiting. They snap it to him. There he goes off the right side. Hit the line hard and into the end zone for the 2-pointer. This game is tied. Vikings have tied it with a long drive. It's 25 all. You know, you don't often see 25 on the scoreboard in too many football games.
No, you don't, especially if it's tied.
Almost 4 minutes remain. Travis has 3:54 to get back down the field. And we'll take a break and be back. The Vikings came through and scored, converting 3 4th downs along the way in that game-tying drive.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugar Land, Sienna, Greatwood, Long Meadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
Okay, Tim Cutts will kick off. McCoy and Perry back to receive for the Tigers in a 25-25 game. 3:54 left. Cutts gets his foot into the ball. That will fly into the end zone. Will it be returned? No, it will not.
Smartly.
Jaden McCoy wisely takes a knee.
At the 25-yard line.
It'll come out to the 25, and here we go in this game between two teams who have head coaches with sons as starting quarterbacks.
That's interesting too, isn't it?
Yes, I always like to talk to those coaches and their sons, and what do they discuss when it's not time to practice?
Yeah, well.
And they try to avoid football talk at the breakfast table and so forth. All right. On first down, give to Horace, running right. No, that's Akinrin Madi. Makes a nice spin move, but only gets a gain of 1. And a good job by his teammate Dwayne Chappelle, who was blocking out in front of him, and he didn't give in to the temptation to throw an illegal block and get a big penalty.
Yep.
So a 1-yard gain is acceptable there, and Sissom will throw a screen. Akinrin Madi is swallowed up as soon as he catches it. It's a 6-yard loss. He was buried by Kenneth Davis.
Quarterback Sissom's pass complete to number 27, Ayodeji Akinrin-Madi. Viking number 3, Kenneth Davis with the stop.
Third down and 14 for Travis, and Dulles got to be feeling pretty good if they get the ball back on a punt 1 play from now, but they don't have any ways to stop the clock. Now Sissom drops back, throws over the middle, and it's broken up by Dulles. Over the middle would have been a first down had it been completed to Dwayne Chappelle. But was it number 13 who broke it up? Adrian Fan? I believe it was.
I think it might have been Bailey, number 9.
Okay, Bailey.
And he shot in there like a bullet and knocked that ball down, and the receiver was there, Chappelle.
Are they going for it,
No,
or they're
no,
just going to quick kick it?
They cannot be going for it. They're going to kick it out
Yeah,
of here.
Sissom is dropping back. He's 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Low snap. He punts it. The wind kind of holds it up. Truscott trying to find it. Takes a nice Travis roll inside the 40-yard line of Dulles to the 39 with 2:41 to go. Dulles in a tie game. No timeouts. But you know what they have, Patrick?
Momentum.
In cuts, they have a guy who can kick the ball a long way.
They got that.
I was watching him in warm-ups, and, he can kick a long field goal if you get it within 50 yards, and he'll have the wind at his back.
With the wind to your back, there's
then
that
he has a shot.
Extra confidence level there, too, yes.
Dulles in a formation that looks like they're going to run, and they do. There goes Richard. He is collared in the backfield by Anthony Oliver, slips out of that, but help arrives, and it's just a 2-yard pickup, 2nd and 8. And we got a Dulles player cramping up.
That's Richard.
And it's Richard. He gets to his feet. He says to the trainers, I'm all right. But he will come out for at least 1 play.
Well, that play, Oliver basically jumped on his back and tried to bring him down, and he was able to elude that one, but a couple of other defenders were able to clean things up. It'll be 2nd down and 8. The clock continues to run.
He almost looked like Bryce Young, the Alabama quarterback, when a Longhorn flew over him and should have sacked him, but couldn't get it done.
Yeah, big play there.
2nd down and 8, and they run it to the left again. Stiff arm, and it's going to net about 3 yards.
Will the Tigers call timeouts here?
Samazi.
Number 23.
Looks like the Tigers are going to let it go here, and if they hold them on, well, let's see.
We got another injured Viking.
Right on the sideline.
Near the sideline, and that stops the clock.
Injured player on the field.
Isn't that convenient?
Yeah.
He probably just has cramps. Okay, 1:49 to go. Let's keep it right here.
It's interesting. He's literally right on the sideline,
and he's kind of out of our view.
Yeah, we got
even though his teammates are taking a knee.
Look through there.
So is that Cotton? Yeah, that's Cotton. They put Cotton in as a running back, I believe. Yeah, it's number 2. That's number 2.
Maxwell Cotton.
And he has been working so hard, just giving maximum effort.
Injured Viking Maxwell Cotton.
Just about every play on defense and a few plays on offense. And now Travion Richard is back on the field on 3rd and 5. He's going to run it straight up the middle. Slamming ahead, but I think he's short of the first down, and a flag is down anyway. He only picked up 2. We'll see what the flag is. What if it was offsides on Travis?
Well, if it is, it brings them to a 3rd and very, very short. It's going to be sideline violation. What is this?
Didn't you see a flag over there?
I did.
It is a flag.
I don't know what.
I don't see any call being made, though.
Sideline warning, maybe, or that looked like a signal that the sideline was being warned. It's fourth down and 4 or 3. Travis is letting the clock run. I'm surprised they're not calling timeout here.
I think both teams are going to be happy if they get to overtime. Dulles is disorganized here as they have 2 guys running on and 1 guy running off. Now they'll be able to punt. Play clock at 3, 2, 1, and Cuts calling for the snap. He gets it. He drops it. He picks it up. It's a short punt. Very short. And it takes a Travis roll. Now it goes back to the Dulles way at the 45 of Travis. So that ends up being a punt of only 11 yards.
Wow. He's lucky to get it off. And the other thing, he was lucky that he didn't, as they scoop the ball on a low snap, sometimes their knee goes down, and he's able to keep his knees off the turf, so at least he was able to get 11 yards out of that. Travis, though, has pretty good field position. The clock says the scoreboard says 3 timeouts, but I think they did take a timeout.
They're playing the eye of the tiger over there, and now you got to cover Sims. Quick pass, and it is caught, but a very short gain in the hands of Rufai.
Systems pass complete to Nafemi Rufai.
As Patrick said, Tigers have 3 timeouts according to the scoreboard, but they're not using any of them. And it's a fumble, and Sissom falls on it. They better call a timeout now, and they do. 40.7 to go.
That ball never got back to him.
No, it didn't.
Right, Sissom.
Like he jumped on a grenade. We'll be back.
Ever take your hands off the wheel and your auto starts veering left or right? That's your vehicle's way of saying, hey, I'm out of alignment and you're ruining the tires. First Tire and Automotive, 4 convenient locations, make sure you won't be driving crooked in the carpool lanes. Take advantage of free standard alignment with purchase of 4 tires and 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
Okay, we're back, and we might be headed to overtime, folks. Travis has the ball with 40.7 to go at their own 48, and they've got a 3rd and 7. Sissom takes the snap. It's low. He rolls left. He looks way down the field, and he throws it and is caught for a first down. Travis has a first down at the 37. A dart to Brent Johnson. They move the sticks. 33.6 to go. They're on the left hash, moving left to right.
They do not need a timeout here because of the first down, but they're going to clock it. That's a good job of saving some time. I wonder how close they're going to have to get for their kicker. He kicked a pretty good kick on that field goal.
His field goal was so impressive, you wonder why they haven't been kicking extra points.
Right. Well, here they go here on second
10. And 10 after the spike. Horace, the only running back in the backfield alongside Drew Sissom. He drops back. He looks right, throws near the sideline, and it's caught inside the 10 and out of bounds. And it's Sims. No, it isn't. It's not Sims. It's Brent Johnson.
What a catch. That's his second phenomenal catch of the night. Wow.
So now Travis has 23 seconds. They're 1st and goal right inside the 5. Sissom clocks it again.
So they have
20.9 to go. It's 2nd and goal.
You figure you can get at least 2 plays off if you're passing it, right, from this position. You could run the ball. Because I think they still have 1 timeout left. The scoreboard says 3, but I know they've used 2 at least.
Yeah, okay.
So they could if they have a timeout, they could possibly run at least 1 play.
All right, they'll run from the spread. 2nd and goal. Horace running left, going for the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Travis. They're up 31-25. And they're 14.6 seconds away from spoiling the Dulles homecoming.
Well, will they go for 2 or they kick it this time? Looks like they're going to try to kick it.
Yeah, I don't know why they weren't before, but hey, it made for an exciting finish, and we're not even completely finished.
We are not completely finished. You never know.
Brett Garcia will hold for Anthony Rivera. The kick is good. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
Xfinity Mobile. Discover the best kept secret in wireless. Esteban kicking into the wind. 7-point lead for the Travis Tigers, and the Dulles Vikings need a miracle.
Ready Martin. Set the kick. For the Tigers, number 82, Leo Esteban.
Will he kick it short or kick a pop-up thing? We shall see.
I have a feeling it's going to be one of those pop-ups. Nope.
It's a squib kick. Bounces up. Dulles running left. And they got a good return across the 35 and out of bounds.
Oh,
near
my
the 40
goodness.
and a late flag.
Roger, these games are never over. Unbelievable.
All right, so
jeez.
There was a throwdown tackle beyond the boundary by Travis's Logan Bronktine.
That's going to give them the ball at the Travis 45. They got a chance to heave a pass up here.
Yeah, they got 9 seconds left. They could run a quick down and out to get a little closer, and then the old
personal foul against
throw
the
it up
Tigers.
and Hail Mary full of grace.
I have a feeling they're going to just do 2. They got time probably for 2 Hail Marys here.
Well, I'm afraid if they send everybody to the end zone on this,
you're probably right. Yeah,
this first play, it would exhaust
you're right.
the time.
But they're going to get the ball at the 45 of Travis, or inside the 45.
And they don't have any timeouts. Therefore,
look at this.
They
This
can't
is
do anything in the middle of the field.
Right. They got to be.
It's got to go to the sideline.
It's got to be either the end zone or the
First
sideline.
down, the 42-yard line.
They're at the 42 after the 15-yard personal foul penalty. Kason Bird. Will they blitz him? He drops back. He gets rid of it. Far sideline, and it's picked off. It is over. Travis wins. The ball came up a little bit short of the intended receiver, and I believe the guy that picked it off was Jacob Woods.
Roger, I thought for sure the tip was going to end up in the Vikings' hands on that, but the Travis player was behind his own player, and he got the tip drill for the interception, and that the scoreboard says 0.
All right, well, Patrick, I'll wrap it up here in a minute after you say whatever you think you need to say.
Well, I'm just going to say that both teams showed a lot of resilience tonight. They kept coming back, both of them, and when you thought one of them was out of it, they came storming back, and Travis got the last say, and they end up with their first victory of the year.
Well, it's very unusual to see Travis winless, after 3 games, and they finally right the ship a little bit. We'll see what they do next week. And, they're right back in the district race because I think it's going to be very, very close. Ridge Point and Hightower, probably the 2 best teams. And by the way, we've got them tomorrow night, or at least I do.
Yes.
You're taking the night off, and that's fine. All right, so this exclusive VypeFortBend.com presentation of Fort Bend County High School football has been brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Discover the best-kept secret in wireless. By First Tire and Auto, 4 great Fort Bend County locations where you get the best prices on tires and anything your vehicle needs to run at its very best. Visit firsttireandauto.com. By Next Level Urgent Care with 30-plus locations in Greater Houston, Sugar Land, Sienna, Longmeadow, Greatwood, and 4 locations in Katy. From OW to WOW, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. By Archer Volkswagen, open since 1956 and ready to serve you. Archer Volkswagen is on Highway 59 South, just inside the Sam Houston Tollway. You will feel like family at Archer Volkswagen. By the Needville Insurance Agency, put hundreds, if not thousands of dollars back in your pocket. When the Needville Insurance Agency team shops all those carriers for you, they'll find the very lowest costing plan just right for you. Save on car insurance, home insurance, flood insurance, or all 3 like they did for me. Call Bradley Stavanaugh at 979-793-7411 or click needvilleinsurance.com. And Equitable Advisors, it's never too early or too late to get with Nick Arevalo and Equitable Advisors to create a smooth, soft landing into a wonderfully comfortable retirement. Thousands of Fort Bend teachers have made the right call to trust their financial future to Equitable Advisors. And you can too. You don't have to be a Fort Bend teacher, don't have to be a teacher at all. Go with Equitable Advisors. Well, for Patrick Kinnick, Suna Venkat, Merle Bertrand, Skylar Gillespie, everyone on the VypeFortBend.com team, we had a very exciting one for you. We thought we'd be headed to overtime, but Travis won it in regulation. 32-25 over Dulles, spoiling the Vikings' homecoming. So they're playing the school song over there on the Travis side. They're happy, and we're saying goodnight. We will talk to you tomorrow at 5:40 p.m. with the Countdown to Kickoff show before Ridgepoint and Hightower. Good night, everybody.